shit, buddy. What's on the show today?
On today's show, it's the 1-year anniversary of the show. So we're going through our top 10 guests as voted on by you. Well, let's start the fucking show!
I don't know what to say. You're absolutely unequivocally fucked. It's the Brett DeMont Show with Buddy.
Oh, yeah, folks. Welcome to the Brett DeMont Show.
With Buddy, previously known as the podcast with Brett DeMont.
That's right, folks. We are the number one news and pop culture podcast in the world.
Boom.
Yeah, no sound effect. Oh, nice.
It was turned down.
I am your host, Brett DeMont, and joining me, as always, is my best friend and co-host, Buddy.
What's up, y'all?
And together, we have been known for one full year as the Big Silly News Boys, mostly according to the beautiful, wonderful people who have listened to this show for the last year.
Y'all.
That's
thanks.
right, folks. For the last 52 weeks, we have been finding the biggest, the dumbest, the weirdest, and wildest headlines from around the world, and then interviewing guests who happen to look and sound a lot like your favorite comedians, ripped straight from those headlines. And look, over the next 2 episodes, both of which will release this week, we are going to be counting down and playing our top 10 guests of the year, which were voted for by you, as Buddy said, before we got going. Yeah, we did a little Google Doc, and we posted it on the Patreon. We posted it on Instagram, asking everyone to vote on their favorite guest segments from the first full freaking year of this show.
It was wild looking back at all those people.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Got a great response. A great mix of guests, folks. We have had a hell of a run, buddy.
Wow.
Well, I mean, an absolute hell of a run.
What a year one.
From starting out with an episode neither one of us was going to be released to today, where we are compiling the 10 best guest segments of the first year. Wow. I'll tell you what.
We start off by just printing it live.
Yeah, we did not. When we started this show, we had almost no idea what it was going to turn into, folks. And very quickly, with such a great response from all of you folks out there, this show really found its nice little niche on the
pocket. Found a nice pocket
in a corner of the internet that let's just say people who like weird stuff hang out in.
People like news. People like comedy.
People like piss
news.
Yes. Something we never knew this show would be. But folks, what we're doing here today, we like we said, we're gonna run down the top 10 guest segments. Today we will be covering number 10 through number 6. So the first half of the top 10. And as anyone who's subscribed to the Patreon that we launched a couple weeks ago knows, slowly over time, this show's back catalog will be made exclusive to the Patreon, and this is just a sort of, we're talking to new listeners in the future who might happen upon the free feed. This episode will be on the free feed forever. And this is just, hopefully for you, a nice little introduction to the show where you sort of hear what our voices sound like, decide if they're a voice that you can handle listening to for about an hour every week.
And if you get the Patreon, you'll get to see our faces, and you'll get to see the faces of all of these people who have been on the show, who often have quite an outfit or a background or something very interesting.
There's usually something funny going on there, folks.
Things that look like wigs, but they're not. They're real hair.
Yeah, most of it's real hair. But yeah, if you want to always have access to this whole show from episode 1 into infinity, the only way to do that is to subscribe. It's to subscribe on www.patreon.com.
All right.
/Brett DeMont Show. You can go there right now. You can subscribe for $5. You get the full back catalog of the show in audio and video. You get access to my old Twitch live streamed show called How You Been with Brett DeMont, which has a who's who of great guests that happen to look a lot like such comedians as Lauren Lapkus, Paul F. Tompkins, John Gabris, Nicole Byer, Carl Tart, Dan Lippert, Drew Tart, just literally anybody who you've known in the comedy world. There's somebody who was on my show who looks a lot like them.
Just like them. It's crazy.
Much like this show. But yeah, you get that, and you also get access to the Discord where Buddy and I spend a lot of our day.
In there a lot.
We really are in there a lot.
It's thriving. It's thriving. There's a lot of stuff happening. New channels keep popping up.
It's true. All you have to do to get a channel activated in our Discord is suggest it once.
A lot of cool art and music have been posting it this last week. This has been fun to go through everybody's stuff. It's
a great little community. But you also get access to the bonus headline, which we do every Friday. Which is just a sort of Patreon exclusive segment that's usually some sort of visual element that doesn't work as audio.
So far, it's been pretty dirty.
So far, it's been dirty. It's not always going to be dirty. This week, we got a great story about, we'll call it a club. We'll call it a club in a high school.
Yeah.
We'll call it a club. But folks, this is going to be a long fucking episode.
Yeah, we'll shut up.
Tie yourself down.
Yep, tie yourself down.
No. We don't need to do that. But folks, when you're counting down to the number one episode guest segment, you got to start somewhere. And since we're doing the top 10, we're going to start with number 10.
That makes sense.
That makes tons of sense. The math checks out, folks. And this, I mean,
as it often doesn't,
as it often doesn't on this show, the math does check out here. But this, the first thing, number 10 on the guest segment countdown is, I'm going to say it about every single guest. One of my favorite guests that we have had. They happen to look very similar to Los Angeles comedian Lily Sullivan, but they are not. They are Barney Barbecue. That's right, folks, which was an Australian fella. And you know what? I think what better way to learn about Barney than to just hear in Barney's own words, right, buddy?
Yeah, quite the mischievous one.
Yeah, quite the mischievous one, folks. So why don't we just throw it to us? We'll throw it to us a few months ago, and we'll see what Barney was all about.
All right, see ya, us.
We got a great story that was sent in to us from Harris Dawson from Instagram. And a very funny guest. And we actually have a guest on the show to come on and talk about it. But, buddy, why do we say we let him know what the little headline is? And that headline, it reads... Pensioner.
Oh, I thought you were asking me to read it.
What the fuck?
You really tried to throw that. You said, buddy.
Buddy?
What is that headline? I thought you were tossing it to me.
Buddy, all I got to say is in 2024... Know your role. Shut your mouth. Dude, bro. You've made me into a monster now. I'm your we don't need a nemesis on the show. Now that I think you think of me as a Jeep bro, you no longer get any leeway with
all right, me. We got to have an enemy turn.
Yeah. Yeah, one of us is the enemy. Who is it, folks? Take a side. Are you Team Brett or Team Buddy?
Take a side.
But no,
take a side.
Take a freaking side out there,
Take
folks.
A side.
But no, come on, folks. This article came into us from Harris Dawson from Instagram, and the headline reads... Pensioner thanks kind stranger who offered to pay $3,700 sandwich fine.
Oh, come on.
That's right, folks. You heard it here first. There is a sandwich fine.
I mean, it was already out.
Yeah, someone out there has heard it first.
Someone heard this first.
Yeah, the person who heard this first sent it to us, so we're hearing it second. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
We'll say second.
This is a story coming from Australia. Yes, that's right. A Christchurch pensioner, which I believe is a retired person.
From church? Retired from Christianity?
Christchurch is a place, buddy.
Okay.
Christchurch.
Is it a church?
No, it is a part of Australia, I believe.
The first time I read that, I was like, they're getting paid by the church after they retired?
No, that is not correct. It is just a person who is retired who lives in Christchurch.
A place called Christchurch.
Yes, exactly.
We'll get through this.
Clarity for the audience. Now you know. But this Christchurch pensioner was slapped with a $3,300 Australian dollar fine after failing to declare a chicken sandwich at the Australian border and has thanked a kind stranger who offered to pay the bill. That's right. June Armstrong told One News she had bought a sandwich before a 6 a.m. flight from Christchurch to Australia.
Not a church.
No, not a church again. And she says, I went on the plane and just forgot about the sandwich.
Okay. Yeah. Classic.
I just completely forgot about the sandwich.
Great quote.
Doubling down, the 77-year-old grandmother said she didn't realize her mistake until Australian border officials were going through her declaration card. And when converted to New Zealand dollars, the fine added up to $3,704. That's 9 weeks of my pension, she said.
From the church.
Again, not a church, buddy.
Right, the city of the church.
Yes, but Armstrong was last night told that a kind stranger had offered to pay the bill after hearing about her ordeal. I just can't believe that a stranger would do that for you. I mean, he said to me, I've got the money, but that isn't the point. He must have a good heart, too. He's a giver, and he deserves everything he's got. And folks, we could not agree more. And not only did this person give money to this lovely Christchurchian pensioner,
but they also wanted to take credit for it.
Yes, they did. And they also, when we were researching the article, we found the guy. We found the guy who paid.
We did our own research.
We did our own research, and we found the guy who paid June Armstrong's sandwich fine.
Wow. And
we are so incredibly excited to have this fella on the show today because, honestly, no good deed should go unpraised.
Yeah, the good Samaritan. Sam is in sandwich.
Hey, that would be good if it was sandwich and not sandwich.
Oh, is that wrong?
The good Sandmaritan. That's right,
sandwich?
folks.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
But we are so excited to invite the good Sandmaritan in this story onto the show. And that, of course, is Mr. Barney Barbecue. Barney, welcome to the show.
How y'all doing? I'm just kidding. I was doing a southern accent there as a joke. I tricked you for a minute, didn't I?
You really did, Barney.
It was a good one. It was a good southern accent.
It was a really good southern accent, and I was shocked because I was positive you were going to have a Kiwi or new Australian accent.
Which I do, clearly.
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
You clearly do.
It's hard not to talk like that when they... I'm sorry, your accent is always so lovely to hear. It's hard not to just try it.
Absolutely, no. If you feel like you need to get into it, I totally understand that.
I might do it just to be your friend. Okay, no.
Calm down, buddy.
Okay. I'm excited.
So Barney, we're so excited to have you on the show. Yeah. This is such a great story in a day in this day and age when there is so much garbage going around in the world and people are so actively mean to each other and at every opportunity.
Yeah. And we've talked to a number of them.
Yes,
we've talked to some real rough people.
I'm sure. Yeah,
but it's just so nice for something so nice. It's so nice for something so nice to be in the news.
Yeah,
and I guess I first off, what made you decide that you wanted to take care of this lady on that day? Do you remember?
Here's the truth about it, I love doing good deeds.
Wow.
I'm a giver.
Yeah,
I'm a lover. But, I always like to do it anonymously, under the radar, quiet.
Right.
And that's why I came on today.
Right. Yeah, because I do want to mention, people do listen to this show, just so you know that there are people.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sure you got, 20, 21?
We'll say more than 20. Yeah,
high 20s.
High 20s. We get high 20s at least. So I do think this is if you're dipping your toe into the idea of sort of bragging about yourself, I do think coming on this show is a good way to test those waters.
I'm not a bragger. I'm totally humble. I just love taking care of the world's people, doing good things for people. And this isn't the first good deed I've done,
Oh, of
really
course not.
isn't.
I wouldn't even have assumed it because this is...
So there's a bunch of other good deeds that you haven't taken credit for yet?
There's lots of stuff I've done. So, sometimes an average morning for me, I'm walking down the street, I'm putting quarters into, into parking meters.
Right.
I'm putting my credit card in the parking meter. I'm paying for people's
Real heavy
parking.
pants on your walks.
I like to do change. I do. My cargo shorts are all the way on the ground. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So nice.
It's just something small that I do. And then obviously I film it. I put it on my TikTok. And everyone's like, wow, you're such a good person. I'm like, you guys, it's anonymous.
That's what I was going to say, Barney. I didn't want to jump in too early and sort of pump the brakes or tell you to tell the truth. But I did want to say, I did do a little bit of research on you when we got in contact, and I did see your TikTok. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Yes.
You do a lot of philanthropic content.
There's 30,000 videos.
30,000 videos with quote unquote philanthropic content, but all of them are shot in a selfie.
Yeah.
While you're doing the activity.
Well, I want it to be anonymous.
Right.
So I don't want people to know exactly where I was and what I was doing. But, you see the ones where I pay for everyone in the bar to get a shot.
Right. Yes. I did see those. But I would say I don't know if the definition of anonymous is really kind of registering for you here. You are.
No, it is because I want to keep it all, quiet and humble. And so you don't get to see the inside of the bar. You just see, me, what I'm wearing. And you see me talking to people and saying, just keep it on the down low. I don't want anyone in here to know that I paid for all the shots. So just put it on my credit card and I'll put it on my TikTok later.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to argue. With you because honestly,
I didn't come on here to argue. Right. I don't want to argue. I want to be a good person today.
Right. And you and Barney, you are, and I think that this is just an example of that. And I don't want to push back too hard, okay? Because you're doing good things. So who cares if you're using it? In my opinion, for a little bit of publicity,
get some clicks,
And it does. It does also seem like you put a lot of links to different sort of products or things in your videos.
Well, my store. You can buy all of that. So I saw
the big cargo pants on your store.
Exactly. You can buy a pair of my cargo shorts.
Good Deeds cargo shorts.
Good Deed shorts. Yeah. With cargo pockets.
Right.
Yeah, it says they could hold up to 30 pounds of change?
Over 35 pounds of change.
35
and
pounds
I can't give you, I can't give you the change, but I can tell you where to get it. I give you in the pockets of the cargo shorts, there's little lists about banks where you can go, which one you want to go to, which one has the fastest change.
Right. And I'm just going to assume that the name of the bank isn't giving away any sort of connection between you and the bank.
Oh, well, no, but it is Chase Bank sponsored by Barney Barbecue.
The page is anonymous Barney Barbecue.
Yeah.
Did you see my Barbie line? I have Barbie's Barney Barbecue.
Yeah.
I paid for tickets for people to go see Barbie.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I did see. I saw the video, and I also did see the video of you giving a sort of speech at the beginning of the screening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I had to introduce it.
You started out with, "Look, I'm not asking you to record this, but you can."
Right, I said, go ahead and put your cell phones away unless you want to film me, which I would recommend. I want this to be anonymous, though. That's what I always say. Keep it, guys, please.
For personal use only. Yeah. This is for you to go and watch later when you're reminiscing about the night.
Yeah.
This is a philanthropic thing, It's not about me. It's about the community. It's about Barbie. It's about feminism, Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing, giving back.
Look, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And I admire people who look, there's a lot of big brands and companies that use sort of philanthropy to sell their products. So it's I can't support Microsoft and Bill Gates, who does this all the time, uses philanthropy to advertise, and then come in here and yell at you because it seems like you're kind of doing that
it's
too.
It's like those commercials you see where they just give somebody a free tank of gas and surprise them and then film them. And then it's they think it's a good deed, but it's you also save $700 to pay an actor because you just got somebody $60 worth of gas.
and they just signed a waiver. So they really it's a cost cutting thing for them when you think about it.
And they're probably a non-union actor at the end of the day.
Yes, absolutely.
They could use that. So.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
Now, Barney, I'm interested to know how somebody like you gets started down a path like this, because I do think it is such a specific niche of kind of like internet personality, like these people who do the guy who goes up to people and it's like, you like the Dodgers? Well, why not give your kid tickets to the Dodger game? And now he's famous all over TikTok.
Exactly. I hate that guy stealing so much attention away from the important stuff, which is people like me who give back. You know.
Yeah. It was just like have you always been good since you were little, or are you covering up for?
Such a good question. Yeah.
I would say covering up, but
I was a bit of a bad boy.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I've heard a lot of Australian fellas have a kind of rough phase when they're younger, getting into trouble, punching kangaroos and whatnot.
Yeah, I went to jail because I was going around chopping off people's top knots. All these guys, I was just cutting their top knots off their head. And they sent me to the clinker.
Right. Well, oh wait, no, I saw this video. You have like a sort of dramatic documentary about like that's sort of like, it kind of has the tone of like one of those like ASPCA videos with Sarah McLachlan, but it's about you getting past the phase as a child where you were cutting off men's top knots.
Yeah.
So I used to film those kinds of pranks, actually. So you'd see me going and I'd run up to someone who'd be eating a meal with their family, and I'd chop their top knot off.
Yeah.
And then then they found my stash. They found I had a whole trash bag. I had about 5 trash bags.
If there was like a crime you were going to commit, one where you just collect hair of your crime is pretty. It seems like that's just all evidence.
That's exactly it. I realized that after it, I was like, wow, I guess, it's clearly me. Like my fingerprints are all over their hair.
Yeah, it's like somebody who has 5 cats going out and there's just a whole shirt's hair. That's kind of like the cops showed up and you were just covered in top knot hair.
Absolutely.
Big, long, wispy top knot hair.
And look, I don't want to like connect dots that don't need to be connected, but it feels like if the prank is cutting off people's top knots, it feels like
God, you gotta get a good cut.
Is there some kind? Does the top knot have some kind of like traumatic connection for you? Was there like a guy who?
Yeah, a top knot killed my mother.
Wait, well, you mean a person with a top knot, not a?
No, a top knot. No, she was a hairstylist, and
oh no,
and she was cutting this guy's hair. And the top knot, it just kept wrapping around her neck, and she got strangled to death.
Oh my gosh!
It doesn't even matter because I obviously went through this whole thing where I needed to cut off the people's top knots to get back at them. Mm-hmm. But then I saw the light. Obviously, you watched the documentary about me finding the light, which I funded, by the way.
Right.
And it's a beautiful scenes of me giving the top knots back to the people that I cut them off of.
Right.
And saying, I'm so sorry I hurt you.
And this is obviously years later. These guys have completely different haircuts now.
Yeah, they didn't want them.
A few of them obviously didn't remember you. They're like, I don't know. And then, but I will say there were a few that were like very dramatic, kind of like emotional, kind of like those videos of like people coming back from war and like seeing their kid at their basketball game, and the kid like runs up and jumps into their dad's arms. I will say there is one in there, and I'll say, I think I saw the comments on the documentary. A lot of people say that one was staged.
So I didn't know I was going to come on here and get all this kind of shit, to be honest.
We're on your side, Barney.
Obviously, I know there's these rumors about me, Barney Barbecue, staging the people, but actually that was all real, okay? It was real from the moment that I walk into the gymnasium. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a high school soccer it's a high school soccer game inside of a gymnasium.
Right, yeah.
Classic Australian rules soccer.
Yeah, we call it soccer, by the way. We don't call it football. And then obviously I'm in the middle of the game. I'm playing. And
right. Obviously much older than everybody else on the team.
Well,
I will say.
okay, to the layman. And then obviously the ref stops. He blows his whistle. He says, "Hang on a minute." And then through the corners you see somebody, and I just start weeping, crying. And I go into my gym bag and I get the top knot out and I give it and I say, "I'm so sorry."
Right.
And he just cries in my arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say the roles are reversed from what you would expect in the video of the reunion. You are kind of
People say that, yeah.
They're like you would expect this guy to be like emotionally reunited with his top knot, but in the video, you are emotional
Right.
about reuniting him with his top knot, and you're saying he cries, but on camera, I'll say it's kind of this like unsure of how to interact with the moment. He's obviously there with like a person who he's maybe either on a date, might even be his partner.
Yeah.
And you kind of run up to him as if you have history.
Yeah.
And you apologize for how you wronged him. And
It's a really long scene in the documentary, and there's like a bunch of the there's like his whole B story with who he's on a date with. There's like a cut to later from that. There's
They
a
have
lot.
the dinner. You see them go back to the house. Yeah, no, it's
The top knot
you guys,
gives him confidence to kiss
Right.
her for the first time and
we
profess
forgot to
his love.
mention. I taped the top knot back to his head. There's
Right.
that
Of
emotional
course.
scene
That
where
was implied, I
I
thought.
take the duct tape and I put it on his head, and then he goes on the
Steamy.
date.
There's steam in that scene for some reason.
Oh yeah, lots of steam. And then he gets home and he finally has the courage to lose his virginity.
Yes.
Right. And I think this is the part that makes people feel like it's staged, because it kind of turns into a like decently high production value film.
Yeah.
After this one scene in the documentary.
And the sex scene was super artsy. It just shows his top knot
Yeah.
moving back and forth, and just kind
Yeah.
of like you can see the tape, and he's just like rocking the top knot.
Exactly.
Which was, I think that was a pretty artistic take.
And it's
on
in black
that.
and white, obviously.
Obviously.
And we have the trash bag that slowly falls down, sort of referencing American Beauty.
Right, because you returned his was the last top
His
knot to
was
be
the last top
returned.
knot,
And you
exactly.
gave him the trash bag as if your job had been complete.
The bag is empty.
Right.
But
Yeah.
obviously, I wanted the documentary to be anonymous.
Right.
But it didn't work that way.
No, it did not.
I got full credit. Obviously, you see at the end, it says written by me, produced by me.
Shot by you,
Shot by me.
starring you.
I think it's the first
Set
movie I've ever
decoration.
seen. Yeah, and it's also the first movie I've ever seen that seems to have like reminder credits where like
Yeah.
every 15 or 20 minutes, one sort of like roll of credits happens and we see your name over and over again throughout the film.
Well, I just wanted that. Obviously, I wanted it to be anonymous, but I was, realizing that people might just stop because they might think, oh, well, he returned another top knot. They don't realize how many top knots there were.
Right.
So you had to stick with me. But I was thinking, the way people watch TV these days, they want it to be like,
You set it up to be a miniseries or something like
Miniseries.
that. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, you added the cut points for the eventual distributor.
So
You're
it's like,
look,
go to
just
the
cut."
bathroom,
Right.
go have dinner, come back, watch episode 2.
Right, which I thought was an interesting way to just put that in the titles. Also, like you kind of give people a direction.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, I'll say this: as a person who has always wanted to be an artist, has always wanted to kind of be the kind of guy who could do something like that. I'm watching this thing and I'm like, I wouldn't do this, but I'm impressed by this.
Wow. Yeah.
It's
thank
a
you so
genre
much.
mixing. I mean, it's documentary. It's like a short film. It's like a drama. There's like a love story. I mean, there's just so much to it.
Guys, I love this, but also I wanted it to be anonymous. Don't worry about giving me the compliments.
Okay.
Obviously, you can keep going if you want to, but at the same time, I don't do it for that, I do it for the people. I do
Right.
it for the families.
Yeah,
I wanted
exactly.
the families to
Yeah.
come back together.
And the one thing, there's not only is there credits every now and then, but also just burned into the top, it just says, I did this for you
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I
Gave this to you for free. Is that what it was?
I know.
Because
It says, shut up. I did this all for free. You're welcome. And the response was incredible. People were blown away, really, by that.
It's the gall of that. No one's ever done something like that, to be so boldly confrontational in the presentation. It has to be, as a viewer, you're like, wait, did I say something? Am I the problem? Do I need to examine myself?
People like to be told what to do. Period. Right. End of story. It's like, you know how the restaurants went through that phase where it'd be like, you'd go and they'd be like, we'll cook you whatever you want. You tell us, we make your own pizza pie, you know? Now.
Wait, hang on, what do you mean? Restaurants would not have a menu?
In the 90s, you go in, they'd be like, come behind the counter, make your own pizza pie. Go ahead. Have at it.
I guess maybe I missed that era in restaurants.
It was huge in Australia.
Australian Pizza Huts are just the kitchen.
Yeah.
You just walk in.
You cook it, you put it in the oven, you put it in the box, you give it to the guy. He takes it to your house. You go home, you eat it at your house.
You meet him. You meet him at your house. You pay for it there on your doorstep still.
Yeah.
I guess I never really. I guess I've never been to Australia, so I don't know.
And it's a normal thing here. So that's how restaurants used to be, right? But now everybody likes to be told what to do. They like to. You come in the door. They say, "Shut up." You're gonna sit over here by the bathroom and next to the trash. You're going to eat whatever the hell we have fixed menu-wise. You don't get a choice. Shut up. You leave. They're like, we don't have your fucking coat. Go. That's it. Period. End of story.
They always tell you that they don't have your coat.
No.
I will say,
shut up.
Recently, every time I have gone to a restaurant, they have denied that I wore a coat in. And I'm like, I definitely did.
Exactly.
I think you're just stealing my coats, which... Maybe this is another top knot situation where now there's just some kind of... Hang on a second, Barney.
Are you saying somebody's stealing coats?
Barney, is your new prank that you've infiltrated every restaurant and you're doing some kind of long-form prank where you're stealing coats instead of top knots?
Well, obviously, this is an anonymous space. So I'm going to say, yeah, it is me.
Okay. See, yeah. Okay. That makes sense now.
I just think it's so funny. Where's the coat? Where's my coat?
Right. And I agree. I'll agree with you. The amount, how crazy I have been made to feel the last few times I've gone to a restaurant. On the outside, I know for a fact everyone is seeing it and thinking it's hilarious.
Exactly. It's called Gaslight Jackets.
Gaslight Jackets. Yeah. Wait, is that a website? Are you selling people's...
Did you
GaslightJackets.com?
No.
Brett, at the end of Top Knot, the movie, at the very end after the credits, it says, watch out for Top Knot 2 Gaslight Jackets coming next fall. So
you guys watched it all the way through.
I turned it off. I guess I turned it off in the last credits. I guess I missed it.
It's following through on what I guess is part 2 of Top Knots, which
that
will
was
be
my
you returning everyone's coats.
Well, yeah. So I have over 50,000 coats. I have them in my garage. I have them all in trash bags. And honest, I just found out recently the cops are after me. They know. So that's unfortunate. But it does open the way for me to make my latest documentary, as you said, Gaslight Jackets.
Well, you know,
what
honestly,
a business plan,
Barney. Yeah, it seems like a lot of you have to ignore a lot of sort of societal norms to do what it is that you do, and I don't know that I could do it. But you were obviously doing it. You made the news. And I
know, but they didn't put my name in the article. I was like, this is supposed to be anonymous. Like, what are you doing?
Again, I think you are confused about what anonymous means. I think you actually might think anonymous means the opposite of what it does mean.
What's this lady's name again? June?
June
77-year-old?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolute bitch. I paid for that sandwich. The stupid lady forgot to fucking declare the sandwich. I paid for it. Absolutely no mention of it. No mention of me.
That is pretty bad, considering your whole deal.
Well, look, Barney. Now you are now upwards of 20 people know about you based on coming on the podcast.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out my TikTok, by the way.
I was gonna say, did you want to plug? Did you want to have any things you want to plug before we send you on your way? And obviously, I'm sure the TikTok is one of them.
Yeah, well, I think all social media wise, you can follow my new account at LILYYLY.
Okay.
That sounds great with an Australian accent.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Say that again.
Maybe how about try that? Maybe try that like you were doing the Southern accent before. Maybe you try one with just like a standard American accent.
Hey y'all. Oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it. LILYLY.
Yeah. We'll put it in the show.
Post.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show description.
We'll put it in post.
We'll put it in. Maybe we'll say it afterwards with our regular human voices.
Yeah.
It's
Anything
awesome.
else? Anything else?
And then otherwise, I listen to all these different podcasts while I'm stealing jackets. Hey Randy. And this
Great.
book changed my life on CBB World.
Wonderful podcast. Very funny, good stuff. We love the CBB world.
It's a classic. Also, another podcast going on there, Going Deep, hopefully soon.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
And then what else? I guess just I guess I'll just plug Pocky. I love eating Pocky.
You're plugging the idea of Pocky.
Of eating Pocky. Yeah.
And is that the little
the little
chocolate
sticks,
Yeah.
the little chocolate sticks? Hey, I love Pocky too. And Barney, that's
Make them bigger. That's my only note.
Yeah, make them bigger, folks.
No, keep them small.
Well, we'll go out
I
on
want
that,
a Pocky
Barney.
loaf. That's what I want. I want a loaf of Pocky.
We'll find Buddy a loaf of Pocky. And Barney, we will send you on your way. Thank you so much for being on the show today. We really, really appreciate it. And keep on going. Good luck with Gaslight Jackets and all
Thanks
the
for
other
having
products.
me. Thanks for having me.
All right. You take it easy, Barney. Oh, yeah, folks. Number 10. That's right. Barney Barbecue.
Wow.
Go to check out the YouTube channel. I believe there might be some new pranks that have been posted since Barney guested on the show.
Yeah.
There's
It's thriving. It's thriving. After coming on the show, just thriving.
Yeah, it really took off. We do that for people, folks. We're a springboard. We're a bit of a rocket. We strap a rocket to people's backs.
They call it the Rogan effect.
Yes, and it's about us.
That's where that came from.
What happens is people come on our show and then they get deals for $230 million to do stuff elsewhere.
Yeah.
And
It's
Barney
crazy.
Barbecue now has a $230 million YouTube prank show deal.
It's unreal.
It's pretty
absolutely
unreal.
popping off.
Yeah, but speaking of tons of money,
Okay.
our next number 9 on the list has to do with back when Apple released the old Apple Vision Pro, when they initially unveiled it. This was months ago. This was last summer, maybe even before last summer. We were very lucky. Well, we thought we were very lucky to get a huge get for someone from Apple's public relations department. It's an old friend of ours, Danica Boots. But we were unaware of what Danica...
Sounds a lot like...
Vic Michaelis.
There you go.
Yeah, looks a whole lot like Vic Michaelis. But basically, we weren't getting exactly what we thought we were getting, even though we had an expectation. So, number 9 on the list of best guest segments is Danica Boots, who looks a whole hell of a lot like Vic Michaelis. Big news in the tech world. Apple, I almost said Apple computers, but Apple is synonymous with computers now. You don't even have to call them Apple computers. Apple just unveiled their new VR AR headset called the Apple Vision Pro, which costs, get this, folks, $3,499. It is, that is the most money I've ever seen somebody ask for something. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure it is cool. And I know it's cool, and we're going to find out how cool it is in a little bit. But I'll tell you, I was shocked to hear that number, buddy. I don't know about you, but it really hit me pretty hard right in the pocket.
I was watching this thing and I was seeing all the features and I was like, man, this looks real cool. And then they were like $3,500. And I was like, I'm never going to use it. I'll never get the chance.
Yeah, the second you saw the price, you turned into even more of a hillbilly than you are.
I'll never get to use it. Who's got one? That's all you're going to hear me saying. Yeah. I'm just going to be running. Hey, who's got one?
You saw the price and immediately your toes shot out of the end of your boots.
Yeah, I started wrestling an alligator at a chili eating competition. Yeah. I was just yelling at all the other contestants.
But I mean, listen, it's cool, man. Apple, I've learned in my day, you cannot bet against Apple.
You
just can't. They've done too much for too long for us to bet against them. And I'll tell you what, buddy, this is huge for our audience because we got a little bit of inside info. That sticker shock, I'm sure, was a pretty universal feeling. And we are lucky enough today to have on the show a friend of ours from back in like our younger days, who went on to do some pretty awesome stuff and is now the head of public relations for Apple computers, folks.
Head of public relations for Apple. Unbelievable.
Head of PR. That's right. So we're going to bring on our guest for the episode today to talk a little bit about this Apple Vision Pro, and that is our friend Danica Boots. Danica, what's going on?
Bianca, hold my calls, please. Hello, how are you?
Wow.
Oh, we're doing great.
I'm so glad to hear that. It has been a nightmare from stop to start. It's been a nightmare this last week.
Yeah.
So
and listen,
I'm so
we know
happy
you probably got a ton of phone calls. We just saw you.
I do.
Push your assistant out the door to go hold your calls. So we won't keep you long. But I mean, this is a huge week for Apple. I mean, you guys are no stranger to big launches. You know, the Apple iPhone was one of the biggest tech launches in history.
Yeah.
The Apple TV, you know, we got Apple TV Plus with what's the show?
Band of Brothers.
No,
Band of Brothers.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was HBO.
Apple's biggest hit to date, Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, man.
Which was a shame because it really got swept under the rug because there's the other Band of Brothers, the one that people think of for the most part.
Yeah, it's different than that. It's not even about war or nothing. It's about bands.
No. It's about a group of dads who all play bass, and so it's tough.
Yeah,
and the dads are all brothers. They're all brothers. It's a band of brothers. They're all dads, and they play bass. Weird band.
And they're all brothers. Big
Sullivan.
Irish Catholic family.
Yes,
it's
yes,
a weird
exactly.
band.
Yeah.
This week has been a disaster for us.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I'll be honest, it looks cool. Seeing your phone apps in front of you, floating in your living room. That sounds
It looks incredible. Looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like Minority Report. Everybody's talking about Minority Report, like the future's here.
And the future, everyone's talking about it. Bianca, hold my calls. It's been a nightmare over here, all right? Anytime Apple launches a big thing, it's a nightmare for us over here at Apple.
Yeah. What makes it a nightmare? Is it just obviously the thing's not even on sale yet. So what's the biggest thing? Is it people that are just like news outlets trying to hit you up for information?
And then we constantly are talking to them and they're going, "Give us the news on the headset." And we go, "Wrong Apple." And they hang up and then we just sort of have to deal with that all day. And so we're getting calls left, right, and center. And they're wanting the tech Apple, and it's tough because it's a PR nightmare for us. Apple.
Wait.
Whoa.
Hang on a second. Danica, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you don't work for Steve Jobs' Apple?
I do not know how many times we have to have this conversation.
Oh, no.
I work for Mott's Applesauce. The reason that we got back in contact is because I said, you need to sell me your domain name because you're Demott. And so I kept saying, we need the domain name. Please sell it to us. And you said, I got a better idea. Come on my podcast. And I said, will you sell us the domain if I come on your little podcast? And you said, yes.
Little? Danica.
This is
we are
number one.
Yes,
This is the number one pop culture podcast in the world. Stop yelling at Bianca.
Have you met
It's
her?
not her
She
fault.
sucks. It is her fault.
Okay, so this is just a huge misunderstanding then. I thought when you said you wanted the domain name, I thought it was just because you wanted to like run my website or something.
Brett,
PR, like a PR firm taking a hold of the website kind
Yeah,
of
I
thing.
thought
say
we were
this
sort
with
of
somebody that has the love of somebody who went to college with them 20 years ago. You're an idiot.
Oh,
Me?
Yes.
Boots
check your
is
email.
back, baby.
Check your email. It is in writing.
Okay,
on
hang
several
on.
occasions, I said, hey, just to be clear, you know that I work for the applesauce company, right? And not the tech giant. And you said, yeah, no problem. Come on, can't wait to talk VR, baby.
Yeah,
That sounds like him.
it did. Look, you can't fault me for not reading the whole email
Why can't I fault you for not reading the whole email?
because nobody reads the whole email. I read subject, the dear so-and-so, and then the first letter of every word, and then I get the gist. That's like the technique, the speed reading technique that I learned, where you just look at the first letter and then you get through it as fast as you can.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Pretty.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna scrap all these questions I had about the headset.
No, ask them.
And
Ask them.
I mean, we can come up with applesauce questions if you want.
Ask. You know what? How about this? Ask them to me, and I'll filter them through my expertise. I still work in PR. I can
I guess
hit
so.
This.
All right. Great.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, first off, that price is crazy. $3,500. Who do y'all expect to sell them to?
I'm assuming they're going for a very elite class of customers, sort of, not wanting the common man to own them. But you know who wants the common man to have something of theirs in their pantry every day? Mott's applesauce. So that's sort of an exciting feature that I'm sure Apple Tech is really looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, really quickly, just because I just thought of it.
Sure.
You want the domain to brettdemott.com. Are you guys doing this like new campaign where you say like, oh, it's Demott? What is the Demott
Brett,
part?
Last year
Was
you
this in
sold
an email?
your likeness and your voice to Mott's Applesauce. We've been over this several times. You were in
Are you talking about when I invited you to the barbecue?
Yeah, I'm talking about when you invited me to the barbecue
That was
and
me
I said,
signing away
"Hi,
my
Brett."
likeness?
It was when I asked you if we could use your likeness at that barbecue. I said, let's do this at the office. And you said, nah, let's do this over some brats on the Barbie. I came over.
I thought you said, can I use this? I like this.
Why would you think I said, can I use this? I like this.
Because
I mean, and likeness do sound a lot alike to me.
You said I thought you were because you were looking at the ketchup and you had the ketchup and you looked me in the eyes and you said, "Can I use this? I like this."
Can you just give me 1 second?
Yeah,
Bianca,
sure, of course.
Bianca, I swear to God, I am gonna burn your house down. Hold my calls.
Oh, Danica.
Sorry.
Even if you're what we're learning here is you're just the PR person for applesauce. I don't think it's that serious. You don't need to burn down your assistant's house for whatever the applesauce calls are.
Can't she field them and filter out which ones are for Apple Tech Company and Apple Sauce for you?
You would think, but honestly, it's really important work, and we're in a crisis right now. It's not even just the tech stuff. We're in the middle of a big PR scandal at the moment.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
The applesauce,
a huge one.
Mott's applesauce. What do you mean? What could be a PR scandal on applesauce? Was there like an E. coli outbreak or like
I wish.
botulism or something?
I wish.
You wish.
Do you hear what Dole just announced?
Wait, you wish?
You wish?
I wish. That would be simple. pay off a couple of grocery store heads and push it anyway. Listen, this is tough. This is real stuff. Dole just announced that they're going to mash up bananas and sell them.
Oh.
Are they going to call it banana sauce?
It's like you work for Dole. This is crazy, and I know you don't because of that non-compete you signed. But
What are you talking
it's
about?
been an absolute nightmare. Brett,
What do you mean
it was
I
all
signed-
in the email. It was all in the email.
I have never signed a document in my life. I have never once put pen to paper on a document. Wait, are you talking about? Wait a
It
second.
was that. I said, Brett, at the barbecue, I said, Brett, sign this piece of paper. And you go, you know what's funnier than signing? And you dipped your hand in ketchup and high-fived the page.
Oh, I guess that is a signature. That does make sense because you don't even sign my birthday cards. I just get birthday cards in the mail that are blank, and then I gotta bring them to you and then ask you if you sent me that.
If I'm the only one that doesn't sign the birthday card, then you know it was from me.
No, we don't.
What is this? Is this an intervention or something? Is this a Brett DeMott intervention? Because I don't read every line of an email and don't pay attention to every single word that my friends at the barbecue say to me.
I mean, it's not, but it can be.
Yeah, it can be. You want us to get another couple people on the phone? Because I got a couple people who hate you for this.
No, please don't.
Everybody from Class 02 is still mad about you.
Everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Whole class, we're on a.
Everybody?
You should know that. You're on the
we're-
email chain where we talk about it.
Everybody's just talking about that movie, The Worst Person in the World.
No, there's a reference to you.
That is a reference to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't believe this. Okay, listen, our audience doesn't care about our interpersonal issues. They care about the news, okay? They care about the Apple Vision Pro, all right? This headset is
All right.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, so, I guess, I don't know, what do you think about it, Danica?
Yeah.
What's your opinion about it?
I mean, my opinion is I wouldn't mash it up and sell it for $4.99.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
It's an
pretty good
expensive
opinion.
product. Under no circumstance would I smash that thing.
Yeah, it's
and
hard to- it would be
you'd
hard
be
to
selling it at a great loss if you were selling it for $4.99. So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's great input.
Okay, so our
feed it to
first
your
good
kids.
input about it is that the Apple Vision Pro would not make a good sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a sauce.
Okay.
More of a main course. Don't feed it to your kids. Don't do it.
No, don't eat it at all, probably, Danica.
Yeah, but especially not if you're a kid.
Or an adult. What's the difference?
I mean,
Okay,
sure.
no. Everybody hears me say that, and they are thinking that I'm feeding kids, like tech stuff. That isn't what I'm saying. I just don't think it makes any difference.
You better not be
the
feeding them
grand
any tech
scheme.
stuff. We'll sue your ass.
Yeah.
What, you'll sue?
Yeah,
Danica.
you're under an exclusive contract with Mott's Applesauce.
What? Well, okay. I guess I missed the contract, so maybe it's time. We should just go over the details of what you guys need for me. Because if I signed it a year ago, I have been in dereliction of duty on whatever it was I was supposed to do for Mott's Applesauce. Because I haven't filmed commercials. I haven't done a print ad. I haven't done a radio ad. We haven't done a Mott's commercial on the show.
Yeah,
Or have
I mean,
I?
yes, we have. Absolutely. That's what the camera is in your kitchen.
What? That's the security cameras that goes to the ring camera out the front door and stuff.
Right. And
Are
to
you-
the servers at Mott's corporate.
But I haven't done anything even remotely close to reading ad copy. I've like
You absolutely have. Remember those nightmares that you have?
Yeah, oh yeah, I do.
And you know how you sort of wake up screaming, no, not today, not today?
Yeah.
That's our new slogan. No, not today, not today. Never. And then we said, never a banana, always an apple. Have you not seen those commercials?
I've seen them everywhere.
I guess I haven't really paid that much attention to the TV because I have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Are these TV commercials?
He
Are
doesn't
they
have
radio
he doesn't have a
commercials?
TV.
Yeah, I don't have a TV anymore.
And why don't you have a television?
Because I got rid of it, Danica.
He needed money.
Okay.
I needed some money. I needed some money to replace the windshield on my Jeep.
What
Because
did you do with that
rented
lump sum that we gave you?
lump sum.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
There was $150 that we paid you lump sum for your 5-year contract.
I signed
Did you just blow your lump sum?
$150. I guess I did. I thought you were saying get like it was just like a gift because you saw that I wasn't doing so well at the barbecue. I thought you were just
Well, I
helping
did
me
see you
out.
weren't doing so well, which is why I suggested you become the ambassador for Mott's applesauce. Did you blow your lump, Brett?
Did you blow your lump?
Of course I blew my lump. The lump was 150.
Yeah, what'd you
Actually,
blow your lump on?
It's
And
the
don't-
most accurate version of a lump sum of money. This is the only time it's ever sounded like a lump.
I'd call that-
$150 is a lump
No,
It's a
of
lump.
money. Yeah,
at best that's a chunk.
Well, hey, don't worry. You're gonna get your next lump at some point in the next 2 years.
I'm getting more money from Mott's applesauce.
your
Yeah, it's
commercials
a
are big.
depreciating value because of sort of how residuals work these days. So it will be $75 a lump.
Wait,
75 a lump.
jeez. All right. Well, hey. All right. Well, I guess I am the Mott's applesauce spokesperson. I didn't even know it. But now that you mention it, I did notice that the bottom shelf of my refrigerator's been full of applesauce for like the last 2 months.
Yeah,
And
we're
I
producing a
admire-
television show. Have you seen Jury Duty?
Yeah. Love that. Been watching that with my family actually last couple days.
Oh, that's amazing. So we're, we just wrapped filming, so I feel like I can tell you about this. We're producing a similar show for Mott's Applesauce, but instead of it being a bunch of people on a jury, it's all the products in your home are actually applesauce. So it's sort of a thing where we've got sort of cameras all over your house, and every product you've been using has actually been applesauce. And sometimes the label will slip a little bit, and we'll have to have our extraction team go in there and fix the label.
Yeah. No, I guess now that you mention it, I brushed my teeth this morning and it was a shocking texture and taste.
Yeah, thick and lumpy.
Yeah. And in fact, it got more stuff between my teeth. It didn't get stuff out. It put extra stuff in.
Well, that's because for the toothpaste, we're soft launching a new product. So we wanted people to see you using it. And it's where we put shredded basil in the applesauce. It just gives it a really nice texture. So that's sort of what you've been using on your teeth. We want people to see it in there.
So it's applesauce with basil.
Yeah.
Is it just called, does it have like a cute name like Bapplesauce or something?
It's applesauce and basil is sort of the name that we've tested.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh, you tested it.
Yeah, well, we're soft launching it, and audiences seem to be interested.
And the
our
word
test
toothpaste
audiences.
isn't in that?
No.
Wait, so is it technically a toothpaste?
Yeah.
Well, you can. Here's sort of how we're trying to rebrand Mott's with this television show that we've done. Mott's.
Right.
Everything that you could possibly need for every reason, every day. Watch this idiot use it, and you'll see you can
Holy
do
crap.
it.
Wow, you call me an idiot in the pitch.
Well, you know how sort of like McDonald's is Ronald McDonald, and you're sort of the clown of Mott's, is how we like to think of it.
Clown of Mott's. Yeah, that's how I saw him too.
You're the Mott's clown. Thank you so
Okay.
much for saying that. I appreciate that.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize.
You seem
I'm not upset. I guess my whole world has been turned upside down in the last 20 minutes or so because Buddy and I were super excited to bring you on the show because we were under the impression that you were working for the tech company Apple Computers.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
and so I guess we had one vision of how this segment would go. And now I'm sort of being confronted with the idea that
We've been recording your every and each movement that you've been doing over the last 3
And
years.
then you're a big old fucking clown to everybody in the world.
Yeah, that I am I am the opposite of taken seriously by everyone around me and those who are not around me but are aware of me.
So once again, other than the TV show, that sorry, our bad, we didn't tell you about that one. But everything else, again, I cannot stress enough, has been painstakingly detailed in the email chain that you have refused to read. We've tried to loop you in on conference calls. We tried to loop you in on meetings about sort of like, what was happening, how it was happening. At one point, a lawyer, I think, tried to reach out to you about renegotiating your pay. And I think you emailed him back a thumbs up emoji, laughing, smiling face, and then the face that's melting. So I really don't know how to help you here.
Because the number one rule of living your life is don't talk to lawyers.
Right.
They're all trying to they're out to get you. When I worked at the hardware store, a bunch of people got sick from the kind of concrete that we sold, and they all got a lawyer. And then the lawyer called me up and he said, I got a class action. I said, oh yeah, there ain't been enough people who worked at this hardware store to qualify for a class action. And he said, well, this class action actually goes beyond just your store because your methods of sell and sort of mix of this concrete has sort of seeped into the other hardware stores in the area, and you're the one responsible for it. And I didn't respond. And then I ended up having to pay
so you were being sued.
Yeah, so I don't talk with or about lawyers. Never. I won't ever. Sorry.
Okay, well, maybe you can put some of your next lump sum towards that. That maybe seems like a good use of that lump.
Every lawyer gets a melty face emoji from Breck DeMott, folks. It's just the way it is. If you're a lawyer out there and you're trying to get a hold of me, no way, Jose, you're going to get a melty face emoji and a ha 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 with a thumbs up, because your little game isn't going to work on me. That's all I'll say. I understand.
Well, hey, you know what? As much as I feel like even though it was completely no fault of my own, I've disappointed you. Again, I'm really happy to answer any other additional questions you have about Apple from a PR perspective.
I guess we got time for maybe one or two more questions about Apple, buddy, if you want to throw another one at Danica.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times in VR and headsets, I get kind of like motion sickness pretty easily. Whenever I'm on like a tall building, it makes me feel like a tiny figurine, if that makes sense. So I was just wondering if this headset is better than other headsets at not getting me motion sickness and making me feel like a tiny figurine.
Well, here's what I'll say. First off, don't ever use these VR sets on top of a tall building. I think that's that's a recipe for a disaster. Is stepping on top of a tall building and then putting on a VR headset. I just think sounds like a nightmare. What you should do instead maybe is bring an applesauce up, stick your feet over the edge, kick them around a little bit, ponder how everybody looks like an ant below you. Think about, what's going on down there? Everybody is their own individual person, and life is happening to everybody, not just me. There's things that are in people's heads that I can't even fathom, and that's really beautiful.
Wow, thanks. That answers that perfectly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is just from my PR perspective.
Right. Yeah. I guess, I think I got to go check my emails. Honestly, I'm worried about saying too much, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? I'm worried that I might be in a position where I'm like, right now, this show, we started this show in 2.5 months ago, and I'm worried, like, this show it is like my show, right? Like, this show isn't like somehow...
this isn't owned by Big Apple.
It's not owned by Applesauce Company or whatever your company is called, right?
Oh, no, it's not owned by Applesauce. It is Applesauce.
What do you mean
this show is Applesauce?
The show isn't owned by Applesauce. The show is Applesauce. I thought that I made that really, really clear.
What does
We've
that
just
mean,
been making applesauce this whole time? I thought we were making a podcast, and this is applesauce?
You know how we're doing that applesauce that's applesauce and then is and then has basil in it?
Right.
Yeah.
So this show is applesauce plus a couple of little flash drives of episodes of, I guess, whatever of this applesauce.
Oh,
you know?
wow. So this show comes in applesauce in tiny little flash drives?
Yeah, and it's got a really cute name.
And that name is?
Applesauce and Podcast.
Okay.
And we like leaving the podcast nice and chunky because then we can see it in your teeth and people know that there's podcast in there, you know?
Wait, okay, hang on. Danica, I'm looking at the email chain right now, all right?
Sure.
I'm looking at the email chain right now, and your email address is not from Mott's Applesauce.
Huh?
Yeah, your email is not from Mott's Applesauce. It's danica@danicaboots.com. Okay.
Sure.
Do you really work for Mott's? What is going on?
I'm sorry, can you just give me 1 second? Bianca.
Bianca's not real.
Yeah.
Bianca,
There's
Also,
no
sorry.
Bianca. I don't think that. Can you get Bianca on camera?
yeah.
I
Can you
can.
pull Bianca?
Get
I
Bianca
could,
on
but I
camera.
don't have to. I'm sorry. Wow. No, wow. Actually, wow. No, hold on. Wow.
Oh, okay.
You're all shouting at me. You see a strong, powerful, successful lady in a suit with a top and no pants, and you think, how do I tear this person down? And so all of a sudden you're like, wow, no, Bianca can't possibly work for Mott's Applesauce. Bianca can't possibly have produced a jury duty-like show called Applesauce and Brett DeMott's Applesauce. That can't possibly be what's happening here.
I guess I'm also just a little bit confused because your email signature, now that I'm reading it, also
Your
just
email
says,
signature.
what? No, it's yours. It says oranges all day. What does that mean?
What do you think it means, Brett? What do you think it means?
I think you're trying to pull some trick on me or something, okay? I think all these contracts were like are you trying to make some show about me or something, or trying to use me to get yourself into the game here. That's what I think's going on. This is a big trick to piggyback off of Brett DeMott's success. And you're coming in here trying to make it sound like I'm fucking, I don't know what I'm doing.
I remember back in college, she's really big into prank shows.
Yeah, you had a punk t-shirt on every day.
And every picture from college.
Come on out, Bianca. You can come into camera now, everybody. Hi, hello.
Wow.
Yeah, you can. Okay, take it easy, everybody. Applause. Yeah, congratulations.
Wow.
Is that Ashton Kutcher?
That is Ashton. Ashton, do you want to come say hi? No, you don't? Okay, no problem.
Whoa, Danica, that's the coolest thing that's happened so far. You're making a prank show with Ashton Kutcher?
I am making a prank show for and you're not going to believe this. Those little Apple glasses that are
the Apple Vision Pro.
The Apple Vision Pro. I do work for Apple.
This is a VR prank show.
This is a VR prank show.
Are you kidding?
We're in the glasses right now. This is happening.
What? What's up, everybody? Whoa! Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Knock, knock,
Wow.
knock. Knock, knock.
Beautiful. It beautifully came full circle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
So that's.
Gee.
I guess my biggest question was going to be, what's the best content I can check out on Apple headsets? And it's going to be this prank show, baby.
Yeah.
I think it might. This has been really exciting. And to me, I want to take a second, and I want to thank my beautiful wife, Bianca. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank everybody over at Apple. Timmy, I love you. God.
Cook.
I
Tim
would really
Cook.
like to thank R.I.P. Steve Jobs. Really it is one of those things where this is a labor of love. And the reason that we do this is for you, the fans. So thank you so much.
Wow.
Wow. Well, Danica, honestly, I wish that we could do a whole nother segment just talking about how you worked up the ranks in the prank show world, but I think we're running out of time. Well, I guess people, you'll see this on the Apple Vision Pro someday.
Yeah, check it out.
You'll
Like
see
and
it right
subscribe.
now. Sort of a big thing about Apple Vision Pro is things live and die on Pro. So all 12 people that own those Apple Vision Pros are going to have exclusive access to this episode for the next 24 hours. So yeah, absolutely.
Wow. And I when have those things released yet, or is this just
I
like
don't think so.
This is like a pre-release, so anybody who has like the test
Basically just-
models gets to watch this.
Basically,
Anybody in
engineers
the test
and
model
Tim
is allowed
Cook.
to watch this. So
Nice.
it's really exciting. This episode is going to be called Applesauce is for Losers. So you can go ahead and you can stream that anywhere that you have an Apple Vision Pro for the next 24 hours.
Wow. Well, Danica, thank you so much for coming on the show. I was getting stressed out in the middle, but now I'm excited as hell.
Hey, boyfriends, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, Danica, have a wonderful season, shooting the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I guess.
have a good season.
And I can't wait to check this show out. Hopefully, if it's in the archives on, I gotta spend $3,500 on an Apple Vision Pro now so that I can watch your show. That's very exciting.
You absolutely do. And if you guys ever want to talk about Jesus Christ becoming your Lord and personal Savior, you you know where to find me.
All right, we will circle back.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, folks!
Wow,
Danica's also doing great now, folks.
Praise the Lord.
I don't know if people have kept tabs. We have. I was unaware of how religious Danica was.
Yeah, until right in the end there.
Yeah, until right at the end, and apparently Danica is now the leader of a church.
Mega church, they say.
The mega church. One of the biggest mega churches.
80,000 seats.
80,000 seats with an overflow arena of 130,000 seats. Every Sunday, over 200,000 people.
On the top of Mount McKinley, the highest mountain in all the United States.
Yep.
To get close to the Lord.
Yep. With a satellite feed being sent to the top of Mount Mitchell, the tallest mountain in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
And
another overflow with 300,000 seats. So over 500,000 people watching Danica Boots, who has become a bit of a celebrity. And of course, still very active at Mott's.
There's a lot of combinations. She does a lot of applesauce donations, sauce for the poor, she calls it. And they even have, y'all might have seen the parades that they do in like poorer towns where they drive. It's almost like a fire truck, and it just shoots applesauce out at everybody.
Applesauce, yeah. But people love it. Danica's doing great, folks. And speaking of other things that people love, who doesn't love the mall?
Wow. If you've tied yourself down for this, y'all tie yourself down a little harder because it's about to get real weird.
It's about to get real weird. And perhaps the weirdest guest segment we have had. No, I'll tell you that. Jim the Alien was pretty weird.
Yeah.
But
this one, another very visual one that you should probably hop on Patreon and check out.
If you don't join the Patreon, even just for 1 month so you can go and watch this video. Yeah. Because at number 8, we have Mandy Kin, who looks and sounds a hell of a lot like Zac Oyama.
In a wig.
Who is Mandy Kin is a man who posed as a mannequin in a storefront to go on a after-hour shopping spree at a mall, folks. So, number 8, Mandy Kin. Got a great guest on the show, as we always do, and it just so happens, would you believe we booked this guest before we even had this article submitted? We had heard about this guy separately. We reached out to him, and then 2 different people sent us this article. This next article comes from Ty_Briggins81 on Twitter and Ben Conant Photography on Instagram. 2 different people sent us this article. The article's in the zeitgeist, folks.
You know it's meant for the show when multiple people know it's dumb enough for the show.
But yeah, so the headline reads, Man poses as mannequin in storefront, goes on shopping spree after mall closes.
Oh, God, this is a dream of all of ours, I think.
Genius plan. A genius,
absolutely flawless genius plan here.
As the story goes, an alleged thief found a clever way to hide from authorities in Poland. Posing in a store window as a mannequin, police said a 22-year-old with a bag in his hand froze motionless, pretending to be a mannequin in front of a shop window. In this way, he wanted to avoid being exposed by the cameras. Police said that the clever thief posed in the window display motionless until the mall store closed. Once the last customer had left and the mall doors were secure, the man broke from his stance and robbed a jewelry stand,
Wow.
police said. Authorities said that the thief came back for round 2 on another occasion. This time, he ate his fill at one of the food stations before stealing a new outfit.
So many dreams coming true in a mall.
Really, this is my childhood. There should be a movie about this. But afterwards, he returned to have some more food.
Went back, baby.
This feller's hungry. Authorities said that eventually the man's luck ran out and he was noticed by mall security guards. He was even arrested, and police said that he could face up to 10 years
Oh, gosh.
in prison.
And be sure to click on the article because I think there is a picture of him in the store window.
Yeah.
So definitely
folks,
go check that out.
A man who has lived out our childhood fantasies of running free in a mall.
Running free in a mall, going for seconds at the food court.
I mean, who'd ever thought that you'd ever have the opportunity to do this? But we are so excited because, as we always do on this show, we like to go straight to the source's mouth.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And we are very lucky today
Oh,
to
my
have
gosh.
this man on the show. And folks, let's go ahead and bring him on. Okay.
I don't know if this is him. This might be a mannequin.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. Folks, if you're just
Hey. Oh. Hey, guys.
Were you holding
thanks
your
for
breath
having
to
me.
do that?
Sorry.
Whenever you become mannequin, do you always hold your breath?
Listen, it's all a lot more complicated than anyone realizes.
I don't know.
And if you heard the true story, maybe you wouldn't come down on me so hard.
No, we're not coming down on you. And
Absolutely
first of all,
not.
sorry. My name's Brett. This is my co-host, Buddy. We haven't
up?
even had a chance to introduce ourselves. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mandy Ken.
Mandykin. Okay.
Mandykin.
Yes.
Okay, I don't believe you, but we'll call you that.
No one ever believes me.
Well, it sounds like people believed you pretty freaking hard here when you did your little scheme in the mall here. Until you were caught, of course. But you say there's more of a story here that we maybe haven't heard.
Yes, the whole situation is much more complicated than anyone would have ever known possible.
Okay.
Are you ready for a wild ride?
Yeah. Hell
I'm
yeah.
always ready for a wild ride, Mandy.
I'm strapping in, put my seatbelt on.
Listen, I come from a different world, a world of mannequins.
Okay.
What
And
do
in
you
my
mean?
world,
Wait.
mannequins are people and humans are mannequins.
Okay.
Okay.
And I got shunted into this realm,
Shunted.
and there was nothing I could do.
No, Mandy, so
Okay.
am I to believe, or
Okay.
are you saying that you sort of at some point passed through some kind of portal?
Yes. You understand? Listen,
I mean, I don't understand because I have no experience with these types of portals. I've only ever experienced, we'll call it Earth Prime, I guess.
yes,
I don't know.
Earth Prime.
Oh, yeah.
I come from Manicurth.
Okay. Manicurth.
Okay, so in Manicurth, mannequins are people and people are mannequins.
Houses are shopping malls.
Okay.
And what are malls?
Malls are just big houses.
Okay. So if malls are big houses in your world, what you're saying is you didn't break into a mall. You were just living in a house.
I was living in my home and I woke up in Earth Primes, what you would call a mall, what I would call my house.
So that mall is your real house in this other world.
Yes, you understand.
And you were just living.
I was just living and I got hungry and so I grabbed some jewels.
Okay,
Wait.
so the jewels is your food, and the food is your jewels. Then
Food is my jewels. Yes.
So for one of those days that you did this, you grabbed some jewels,
Yes.
which are food, and then the other time you grabbed food, which are jewels, twice.
Yes. Listen, I have a problem. I do steal.
okay, so when did you realize that you had woken up in the wrong dimension? Like you said, it was a portal. Are portals normal?
It's not normal for me. I don't know what happened. I went to sleep, and I went to sleep like I normally go to sleep.
Okay, frozen.
Okay. Oh, so you were asleep when you came on before.
And then I woke up. Have you ever fallen asleep on a couch? Is what I've heard people do in your world, and they feel like they can't move. It's sort of, or like you have a sleep paralysis.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
It's sort of that. I woke up to that version. I was just in the store, frozen. Looking around. There was nothing I could do but wait for the store to close because I heard the audio announcements and I knew there was going to be a moment soon where I could move about freely.
Got it. How do you tell that you've woken up in the wrong world? Is it because there was too many people in your house?
A lot of mannequins in my house. What you would call mannequins.
Right,
yes.
right. See, I'm having trouble keeping track.
Yeah,
because
so
too many people in your house, too many mannequins in your house.
Yeah.
Because there was what we refer to as people milling about.
Yes. Yes.
In your world, what does your house normally look like? Is it just
a bunch of stores, escalators, fountains, food court.
Yeah, okay, so mall,
So it is exactly a mall. What we would call a mall.
It's the same thing.
So
and
I
that's
can
what
see
was so
how-
confusing. It took me a while to notice.
I can see how that would be confusing. I mean, look, I'm a creature of habit. So I sometimes when I'm on vacation or I'm out of town and I'm staying in an Airbnb, I wake up and I'm fucking freaked.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hang
You know where you
on,
are.
whose bed is this?
Wait,
Why is the door
where
on
am
the
I?
left side?
The same exact feeling as I woke up in this, the Forever 21, frozen.
Right. And then your instinct, of course, was to go put on some what you believe is jewelry.
Eat jewelry.
Yeah.
Eat
So
jewelry.
I was famished, so I had to go put on some jewelry. And then I was like, I should maybe just, I don't know. I have a problem. Like I said, I do also steal. And so I stole some food from the food court. Or you would call food what I would call jewelry. And then I ate it.
Right. See, yeah, okay. It's starting to make sense. Or I mean, I don't know.
Don't you believe me?
We never bring a guest onto the show and question their reality. That is not what we do.
Thank you.
We believe everything we read and everything that anyone ever tells us. That's our whole thing. That's me and Buddy's whole thing.
Yeah, that's
We
good.
never question anything.
So it checks out for us.
Yes.
For us, it checks out. Now, I will play devil's advocate by trying to put myself into, I don't know, a police officer's mindset, where I would probably say...
You know what police officers are to us?
I was going to ask.
Firemen.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thought you were going to say donut there for a second.
No, they're just firemen. And firemen, I'm assuming, are what we would call police officers?
Yes. And donuts, for that record, are bracelets.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, okay. Yeah. All right. Your world is starting to come into focus, but continue your devil's advocating.
So
buddy.
as a police officer, I mean, I'm going to say that, or a judge or a jury, I'm going
Jury
to
or a
say...
judge.
Judge, jury are flipped in your
Sorry.
world.
I know those are flopped for you.
Flipped.
It's going to be tough for
Yeah, buddy,
you.
they're flipped, not flopped. Jesus Christ,
Sorry.
get it right.
Your flops are flips. I get it.
Flips or flops.
It's going to be hard for this story maybe to hold up in our court of law. That you are from a different dimension. So you're looking at 10 years. That's a tough time for you.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't get out. Listen,
That's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, we're just trying to maybe help you out a little bit and maybe like, I don't know, maybe not talk about this much maybe not set the record straight as you came on this show to do. Because it might make it tougher for you in court.
Yeah, because I'll say this. I think the American justice system is going to have a real hard time making sense of how you experience our reality.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't exactly a culture steeped in sort of critical thinking and understanding. So I think you're going to have a tough time in our system. I think, honestly, your best bet is probably to try to figure out how to get back to Manic Earth.
Manic Earth, yeah.
Because I'll tell you this, in our justice, I don't think you're gonna like prison in the United States because it's mostly mannequins.
Yeah.
You got a mannequin in your cell with you, mannequins everywhere.
It's only mannequins.
You're saying what I perceive as
what you
mannequins.
perceive as mannequins is
They're
everywhere.
That's creepy.
Yeah. You're going to be real creeped out there in prison.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get 3 jewelries a day.
Okay.
You will get 3 jewelries a day.
And that's good.
Yeah.
How fancy?
Probably not good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, your food is going to be really hard to come by.
Okay.
If you go to our prison. Again, just underlining for the audience, our food is jewelry to you, and jewelry is food to you. Just want to make sure people understand what I'm saying here.
Listen, I don't. We're on the same page here. I don't want to go at all.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
I was just thinking though, and to your point, I want to get home so bad. I got to see my family at the Forever 21 store, and
your family lives in the Forever 21.
Yes, of course.
The malls are homes.
Malls are our homes. It's a great village.
Well, was there something? Because I know you just woke up. Did you come in contact with, like, I don't know, in our world, sometimes there's like
psychics
genies at a fair
genies.
that people like
In our world, sometimes there's genies at fairs.
And people like accidentally make a wish that they didn't mean to, or there was like a thunderstorm and like a fast car got hit by a lightning bolt and it went back in time or something.
You were peeing in a fountain at the same time as somebody else
was peeing.
and you switch bodies. That's the plot of a Ryan Reynolds movie.
This is your regular body, though. This
is what I look like.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay. Maybe it wasn't a full body swap.
I've always looked like this. I was born looking like this.
You look great. Are those glasses or part of your head?
They're my eyes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I could tell for sure.
These are little fingers. These are hairs.
Yeah, we could recreate, like a situation so that maybe you can portal back.
Yeah, maybe walk us through what happened the night that you went to sleep, because maybe was there anything out of the ordinary? Did you like talk to someone you normally don't talk to? Did you try a new kind of food? Did you or jewelry?
So I'll just walk you through my day, I guess.
Great.
That'd be great.
Woke up, went to work at the the haunted house for you. Which for me is the hospital. And
okay. Makes sense. That makes
clocked
sense.
in.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Follow.
Scared a bunch of people, aka saved a bunch of lives.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Came home, and my daughter, another mannequin, was really. We haven't been connecting so much lately.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
She's in high school.
Oh.
What you would call high school. What I call being in a paintball course. And we're just not meshing. We don't get each other like we used to.
That's a classic sort of father-daughter relationship. I classically don't have kids anymore. But
yeah.
In fact, if
My choice.
if the judge or the lawyers are listening right now, I'm probably going to get a cease and desist.
From
Not even allowed to
saying
talk
you
about
don't have kids.
I'm not allowed.
It's
to
confusing.
Talk about
I get
my
it, though.
children. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
If anyone gets it, I get it.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that sort of difficulty relating. Did you try some kind of like new way to connect? Like, I don't know, did you like do a Ouija
We got in a
board
big
or something?
fight.
Oh no.
We got in a big fight, and she said, I wish you didn't even live on Manicurth.
Okay.
Oh.
And I said,
That's a clue, I think.
I said, take it. Wow. If you're serious, I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. So there's a threat by your daughter. Has she ever had any powers or anything before? Is she into witchcraft? Is there any?
Yeah, is she like the mannequin in the person in one of those machines that you put a quarter in and it like tells you the future
Like a
or something
Zoltar?
like that? Is she a Zoltar?
Sorry, 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
No problem.
This
I
is
hope 1
important.
second to him doesn't mean 10 minutes.
Yeah, it does, I think.
Okay, he's just kind of wandering.
I can't find it.
Is it some sort of
find it.
Zoltar connected?
I had a little Zoltar.
Oh!
I stole it. I mean, I ate it.
Okay, so you ate you ate a Zoltar.
Mm-hmm.
So you did eat a Zoltar. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is kind of what we're getting at. So if
that
you ate
bad?
a Zoltar and
Yeah,
then
so you had an argument. Yeah, you had an argument with your daughter. She wished that you didn't live on Manicurth, and then you ate a Zoltar. I'm gonna say that's the reason that you were banished.
Yeah. Well, did you eat the Zoltar before? So the Zoltar, you're actually a Zoltar conduit by opening your mouth, and her words came into your stomach where the Zoltar lived.
She's the one who made the wish. I'm just the vessel holding the Zoltar.
Yes. So could we wish you back? Is that how it would work? Maybe.
I was going to say, I thought it was just fucked, but maybe if someone else.
Do you think you've digested the do you think there's enough Zoltar left? You haven't shit out the Zoltar yet, have
There
you?
might be a chance. There might be a chance if one of you were able to wish me back. Then I could both be reunited with my family and avoid going to a jail on your Earth Prime for 10 years. And I don't like water parks, I should say.
Yeah, could you give us 1 second to me and Brett to discuss something real quick? Okay, thank you. If we do this wish thing and get him back to Manicurth, does that put us in trouble with the law at all? Where we helping somebody escape?
Aided and abetted his escape from punishment?
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, we could also just play dumb, and I'm good at that.
Yeah, but if it works too, well, he ate the jewelry, so that's the problem. We can't even return the jewelry because he's eaten the jewelry. So that's still, I mean, that could.
Here, how about this? What if we send him to the bathroom?
Okay.
We force him to shit out the jewelry. Okay.
And then he can make his own wish.
No, and then we pray that the Zoltar's still in his stomach.
Okay.
And we scream, we wish you weren't here, into his mouth.
Okay, so we do the right thing.
I think we have to. We got to help this guy. I can relate to the family struggles, so we got to help this guy.
Okay. All right. You can listen now.
Yeah, you can come back.
I forgot the headphones are underneath my hand.
Oh, so you heard all that.
So you heard the whole thing.
Listen to most of the conversation.
The earmuffs only increased the loudness of what we were saying. So
close up the outer sound.
So we had a discussion, and we think we're going to help you out.
Oh,
we got it.
What?
Look,
but we have to mean it.
Wait, really?
Otherwise, because we have to mean it, right? Who do you think would mean it more?
We got to mean that we don't want you.
Which you hear on it, but we like you, so now that's a problem.
I think Brett might have a little more of a connection to me.
What do you mean?
And just because we both have,
Oh,
sort of a family.
I thought you were going to say like you were that mannequin at that oil shop wearing the monkey costume that scared the shit out of me when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
No fucking shits! That's you? No. Stop. No. Don't you dare. Back away from your camera, sir. Back away. You know what? No. When I was 3 years old, you scared me so bad that I have been scared of things and costumes for my entire life, sir. And you were just holding a little sign that was pointing towards an oil lube shop, and your arms were spinning around, and you had a monkey costume. Hey, stop doing that.
Brett, listen to me.
What?
I only ever did that to show you where the shop was.
I know, but I was a baby. All right, you showed my mom. We didn't even need the oil change. You were just on the side of the road. You know what? This scares the shit out of me.
So you have been here before.
There used to be a gateway that I would walk in.
Okay.
It's not open. I'm not allowed to go in it anymore, okay? Is that what you want to hear?
So you got banished. Okay, so hold on. So you got banished from here. You used to come here all the time. You like to mess around, scare some kids and stuff. You
Steal
got
a bunch
banished,
of shit, yeah.
And now you figure out a way to come back.
Listen, everything else I said is true, but I cannot go through that. I am banished from that bridge. So I need you to tell me I don't need to. You don't want me here anymore.
Fine. Open your mouth. Put your mouth up to your camera. We don't want you here on Earth Prime. Go back to Manic Earth, Mandy Kin.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Brett.
Oh.
His eyes came off.
Eyeballs came off.
His head came off. Oh, he's waving goodbye and a thumbs up.
Wow, the portal was right below him. God. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Through the void.
He's still here from the void must not be closed completely yet. Oh man, wow. We actually saved a life.
Yeah.
Whatever it is with this portal. Oh.
Yeah, I hope that portal is closed because
I hope it's still closed. I still can't hear us.
Hello?
Yeah, are you through? How far are you through?
It's a long walk. It seems like it's a couple miles.
Oh God, it's a long way back.
Sort of a long. It's dark. It's sort of a quiet hallway.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want us to do? You want to borrow a bike or?
Can you guys pick me up?
What do you mean? Pick you up?
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you in Poland?
It's going to be hard to describe. It's dark. I hear Polish people talking.
Okay.
Does that help?
You know what? We're sending an Uber.
Yeah, we'll send you an Uber.
We'll send you an Uber.
Thank you.
Or whatever Ubers are in Manic Earth. I don't know.
Lifts.
What? Lyft.
That actually makes the most sense out of all of it.
That does make a lot of sense.
A little bit nicer.
Yeah. Well, geez, Mandy, good luck on your way back. The lift is on the way. We really appreciate you coming by. I don't know if we really helped clear the air, but hopefully you make it back to Manic Earth and you don't have to face 10 years in prison here in this Earth. But thank you so much for stopping by the show. We do appreciate it.
I'll give you a classic Manic Earth goodbye.
Oh,
okay.
Hello.
Okay.
I knew it. Well, yeah, folks, I guess Mandy Kin is headed back to Manic Earth, which, of course, was the planet that Mandy Kin came from.
Yep, all checks out.
Which exists in our world.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, folks. That is right. And you know what? I'll tell you something. This year saw a lot of huge viral stories. I think this next one is one of the bigger viral stories.
This ran my feed for weeks.
I mean, weeks, folks. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a big viral moment back a few months ago where a riverboat in Montgomery, Alabama was trying to dock, and a group of drunk, obnoxious rednecks had parked a boat where the riverboat was supposed to park. And in the process of trying to get them to move, they were extremely disrespectful to staff and acted entitled. And let's just say one of the biggest recorded brawls I've ever seen.
I mean, the angles.
It was one of the first times that we've had like action movie levels of coverage.
Yeah.
Of a public brawl.
From start to finish.
Yes. From the moment it began to the moment it was over. And we were lucky enough on the show that we had a friend who happened to live in Montgomery. That was there and witnessed the whole thing. And our friend happens to look a hell of a lot like Carl Tart. And the number 7 best guest segment is Mr. Johnny Ray Ducksworth.
Hey, y'all, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we got you, man.
Yeah,
we got you. We got you loud and clear. Loud and clear,
Yep, we can
Johnny.
hear you. Yep,
yeah.
Perfect.
I'm coming in.
Yeah, where are you at right now?
Yeah, I'm at the house right now. I'm in my garage. I'm smoking some deer meat that I caught.
Oh, nice.
You caught deer?
Yeah, I caught
shoot
it. I don't like to shoot them. I just go up to them and wrestle them.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Wait,
just choke them out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's humane, what they call it.
Yeah.
Slower and more humane.
Mm-hmm.
That's fitting that you choke out deers because you were just witness to one of the most incredible fights ever caught on camera, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, from so many angles. Y'all done seen all the angles?
Johnny, I'm going to tell you, I thought I had seen them all, and then I watched a few on TikTok, and then I scroll through, and there's another video that's from a completely different perspective. It feels like more cameras might have been rolling on this than are rolling on, like, the Super Bowl.
They keep popping up. I think somebody had an underwater Titanic camera out there.
Yes. Yeah. A submarine popped out of the water and the periscope camera caught some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back underwater and we saw Loch Ness Monster. Second time I've talked about the Loch Ness Monster today.
Oh, yeah, that's what Loch Ness Monster is at. It's right there in Montgomery.
Yeah, it is. But Johnny, you got to have such a unique perspective, man. Like you were there, you felt the energy of what was going on. And I have to imagine it was pretty exciting. Would you say exciting is the word? What words would you use?
Invigorating.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It felt like you ever try like a new Noxzema cream and it just is cold on your skin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, you're like or like when somebody's gonna do the suntan lotion on your back on a hot day and it came out of the glove compartment and it is cold.
Like that song, that feel the rain on your skin.
Yep.
Yeah,
no one else can feel it for you.
Ain't that
Only
the
you
truth?
can let it in.
Only you. Yeah.
Only you. Yeah. So it was invigorating. Like, where were you when things started to pop off? What were you doing down on the dock?
So I was down there collecting my chairs.
Those were your chairs?
Oh yeah.
Wait, the chair, the famous chair that has been immortalized in memes and supercuts online and put into the hands or put into a WWE ring hitting Randy Orton in the head.
Yeah,
that's
people
your
training videos with chairs now.
That is a duck quack foldable plastic chair.
Duck quack, you got it going.
That's my company.
Wow. That's awesome. That's incredible.
Foldable plastic chairs. I'll tell you, I haven't had this much business. That's why I'm out there smoking this deer. I'm celebrating.
Oh, wow. Business is booming, huh?
Business is booming.
That's incredible. And this is just a few days ago. You've already seen an uptick. That's incredible. Because I know a lot of people know when the pandemic happened, like sort of group events kind of went away. And you were starting this company before the lockdown. So I know. Yeah. And so it probably, I'm assuming things weren't going so great.
I remember you sent us chairs when you started the business. They're great chairs.
They are.
They're fantastic chairs.
Down here in Alabama, people don't always like foldable plastic chairs because they say they break on them a lot. When they sit down into them.
Which I will admit that has happened to me. One of the 2 chairs you sent me, I broke the day that I got it. Because listen, folks, I'm huge. It's the reality. I'm huge, and the chair. It's not the chair's fault. It's a me fault.
Oh, it happened to me too. I done broke a few of my damn self. But I'm sitting in one right now, smoking this deer that I caught with my own 2 bare hands. So I'm down there, right? I'm collecting my chairs, and I'm just about to count my chairs, but I'm looking. I know how many I put down there. I take about 150 chairs down to the dock, down to the to the port down there, and just let people sit in them when they get tired, and they contract me, to do that. And that was one of my only contracts before yesterday. Because you ever heard of Serendipity?
Oh yeah,
the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who played in that?
That's a good question. We can look it up. Let's look
John
it up.
Cusack.
John Cusack. Yes. Serendipity movie, 2001 film.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yes, Jeremy Piven, Bridget Moynihan, Eugene Levy, John Corbett, to name a few.
Well, I missed one of my chairs because it had fallen into a shadow of one of the sides of the port.
Oh, okay.
And so I was about to leave. I said, chalk one up as a loss. I've been losing a few chairs lately because, as we all know, they break easily. And so I lost one. Next thing I know, I remember where I had put it. Next thing I know, I'm running down there, and I see my chair being smashed over the head of somebody who was in the wrong place at the wrong time, who stuck their nose in somebody else's asshole.
Might be the most famous. Eventually, I think it might be the most famous folding chair of all time, despite the history of the WWE and wrestling. This might go down as the greatest folding chair of all time.
Yeah, those are steel chairs. Mine are plastic.
Yeah, right. And if I'm not mistaken, you had mentioned to me when I talked to you about coming on the show, you had said that you had just had a call from the Smithsonian. Which we have already name checked once on the episode today, but you had a call from the Smithsonian because they're looking to get one of that chair from you.
Oh yeah, they want that specific chair.
Don't give it to them yet. Don't give it to them yet. Hold on to it. I think it's only going up in price.
Well, I want them to offer me some more money. So far, they've offered me none.
All right, that seems low.
I want to get something out of it. Yeah. When none is low. So I want to get something out of it from the Smithsonian. I was like, I ain't never heard of y'all. What you going to do with it? I don't know how much money y'all going to make off my chair. I know Luther Smith, stay down the street. Got a daughter named Sonia.
Oh, you thought maybe this was someone from Smithsonian, which is like...
I thought it was Luther Smith and his daughter Sonia asking for the check.
Smithsonian, because you thought there was a...
Well, that's how it is in the phone book.
Right? And so in the aftermath of all this, what were you thinking did you end up getting involved in the brawl at all, or did you kind of just stay out into the outskirts and let it kind of go down? What was going through your mind in those moments?
Well, I'm currently injured, so I couldn't afford to get deep in the brawl because one of the deers I was wrestling got me real good up under my sternum right here with his one of his antlers.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it. It looks like you have a very fresh gauze bandage wrapped around your torso.
Are shirtless.
Yeah, that is a brownie paper towel and masking tape. Yeah.
Which is good enough. Look, as long as you clean it up, you don't need to use all these neosporins and all that kind of stuff. It's a racket. I think the medicine industry is a racket.
I poured damn near half a bottle of vodka in it. And I had to take a couple sips for myself to take a little bit off the pain. And I wrapped it up, put some baking soda on top of it before I wrapped it up. And then,
baking soda?
Yeah, just to seal it, close it up. Let that sit in there, clean it out. It starts to foam up a little bit. Yeah, Just when I take my bath that night, just go around it.
Just bathe around it.
Mm-hmm.
That seems tough. How exactly do you bathe with an open wound in your sort of torso?
I don't put as much water in the tub.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good.
It's just kind of hip high.
Nut high.
Get some
then
hot water.
roll around a little bit, and then just get a little sponge with some soap and whatnot. Okay, I got
you get it. You understand.
Yeah.
So how much more business would you say you've done?
Ooh, I got about 48 contracts.
48 contracts?
About 48, 49 contracts, yeah.
And what are most of these contracts for? Is this like sort of banquets?
Banquet halls,
self-defense?
Outdoor parties, wrestling matches, local wrestling matches, self-defense classes for the women, and, things like that.
Wow. Man, look, I'm glad that the business is booming. I'm also glad that you didn't get involved because I would have hated to see you get injured. Although I don't think you would have. I think you would have been able to hold your own because I remember back in the day.
Oh man,
you used to be quite a fighter yourself. Obviously you wrestled deer to death.
Oh yeah.
So if that tells the audience anything, it should tell you that Johnny can hold his own in a brawl. So.
Oh yeah.
You could say that these guys were actually lucky that you didn't get involved.
Yeah, I wanted to get down there in it, but I knew if I had a fell in that water, it was gonna mess up the wound. It was gonna that water that's some dirty water down there. You can't get that water in the wound. That would have probably put me in the hospital for 2-3 days.
Yeah, and I noticed you are standing over your smoker now, letting the sort of deer smoke hit the wound. It feels like that is that some kind of like
that's good for it. Just another sealant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I hope so, man. Because I'm seeing the wound now, and I'm actually a little bit scared.
No, don't be scared for this. I got plenty of vodka in the house, and my cousin made up a batch of moonshine. I'm gonna probably pour some of that in there too. That's stronger proof.
Wow, just clean up. I really now that like we were talking about high school and stuff, you were our center on the football team.
Yeah,
and I think you got kicked out of every game because when you would block and then immediately spin them and choke them.
Yeah.
That was kind of like your move.
Well, you forgot the eye poke too.
Yeah. Eye poke, spin, choke them out.
Spin, choke, get them down. And then, lay them down real softly. Whisper in their ear, it's over. And that's kind of the same thing I do with the deers now.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't trying to kill nobody. Them refs had it out for me.
Yeah.
You weren't trying to kill anybody, and you never killed anybody.
No. I just, I'll take a little bit of air out of them,
Yeah.
People are like balloons.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of air out.
Yeah, you just deflate them a little bit.
Yeah, let's still float with a little air out of it.
Yeah.
So what? And now, so Johnny, you also, I know you're a big fan of the internet. You've been keeping an eye on the aftermath on the internet of this whole event. I know, and I also know that you have been the source of a few memes on the event. A couple that are a little specific. People may not have seen them, but I do know. I saw the one that you've posted on Facebook, which is where you put you replace these racists with deers.
Yeah.
And we were just getting punched.
Yeah, it's just me punching deers shirtless.
Yeah.
Couple of them I'm base blocking, as if I'm coming up off the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which has confused a lot of people because I've noticed a lot of people commenting, be like, "Wow, is this real? Did you really do this? Were you down there? Were there deers involved in the fight?"
Yeah, I photoshopped some snow deer in there.
It's caused a little bit of confusion. People are like, I feel like a lot of sort of you squared up like you're at like a weigh-in at a boxing match about to punch somebody.
Yeah,
and so it's confused a lot of people. I think people thought you got a little more involved than you did. They thought that the scope of the fight brought in the animal kingdom, mainly being deers.
I definitely have a picture of me holding up a dead deer, posing in one of the memes next to the brawl.
Yeah, it's in the background. The fight's happening in the background. You're on the dock holding up an 8-point deer.
Yeah,
as if you had
Beautiful
just killed this deer. Yeah, killed this deer during the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Shirtless with a brand new pair of Oakleys.
Yeah. The cleanest Oakleys I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
So you've been going a little bit viral. Like, so you've gotten a taste for it a little bit in the midst of all of this.
I got 740 followers now.
Oh, hey, that's good.
I had 18 2 days ago.
Wow,
that's good.
Growth.
Yeah, that's growth. Look, that's exponential.
Oh yeah, them numbers are going up. I'm in the algorithm now.
And so that's got to be doing wonders for the chair business as well, then.
Yeah, doing great for the chair business. Also doing great for the deer hunting business. People who got deers in their backyard, but want to get rid of them the humane way.
Oh, right, because you're doing like that kind of thing where you can rent a charter boat to go fishing with like a guide who will take you out into the ocean and teach you how to like catch a blue marlin. You do that, but for deers, right?
Yeah, I'll just drive over to somebody's house with a 12-pack of beer. I'll set up my Coleman chair in the backyard, wait on a deer to come back there, start grazing, sneak up behind him, choke him out. And
now, I do have a question because I've always kind of wondered because I've never seen you in action. Deer see well, they hear well, they smell well. How is it that you're able to sneak up close enough behind them to put them in a chokehold?
Well, I move very swift on my feet for a man of my size, 6'6", 480 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it makes sense that you've broken a couple chairs just like me. We're about we're I would say similar proportions.
Yeah. And I sneak up. I'm very light on my feet. I'll throw something in the distance. And I never turn the head that way, and then I just get right back. And I cover myself. In deer vomit.
Where do you get
it? You can produce a lot of it when you're choking deer.
Yeah, when you choke them out, I just bottle it up.
It's kind of like how guys who keep snakes will do like the venom where they make the snake bite the little plastic cup.
Put it over the t-shirt. Yeah.
You go in with a giant Rubbermaid.
Yeah.
And just choke a deer out.
And it starts to vomit. And then I cover myself in that. And that way that disarms the deer. They go, oh, that's just one of our buddies. He's sick.
And you're wearing normal human clothes, though, but you're so covered in vomit that they think it's just a full vomit-covered deer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like in the first season of The Walking Dead when they're trying to walk through downtown Atlanta and they cover themselves in zombie guts so that the zombies don't turn on them. You do that with deer vomit.
Deer vomit, yeah. Deer vomit. Sounds like a Tupac song.
It does, I know. And have you been doing music at all? I know you were trying to do music for a little while, but have you given that up, or are you still trying to do it?
Oh, no, I'm still doing music. My country album's going to come out soon.
Awesome. Yeah. That's great. That's incredible. Yeah, I remember I went and saw you at like a little show one time when I was visiting. And your music, I mean, honestly, you got a great voice, which was the first thing that I noticed, because you don't think that your friends are talented, but then when you do see your friends perform, sometimes you go, "Wow, there's something here."
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's interesting. And is your country album sort of? How would you classify it? Are we talking like this, like sort of outlaw country stuff, like Johnny Cash or something like that?
It's outlaw country. Yeah. It's outlaw country. I got a lot of songs. The album is called "Doe, a Deer That I Just Killed."
Wow, that's a good one.
And
that's interesting that you kill the female deers.
Because
most people
can get it. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, I think if you're in the game, if you're the game warden in Alabama, don't go checking Johnny's hunting license, because he's fine. He was just joking about killing the does.
Oh, I'm sure he's got doe tags. There's a doe portion of the season.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They be out there in droves.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, yeah, if we're talking about just like culling the deer population, then maybe
an invasive species, the doe.
That's
you gotta get them.
That's interesting. I did see the video that you posted on your Facebook about with that breaking that down. That when I looked at it, it didn't have that many views, and the few comments that it did have was said that the logic was a little bit rocky.
That a doe is an invasive creature.
Well, that you were specifically targeting the female deers and not that we had to kill the does.
I got no time to check the dick.
Despite how close you are to him,
how close I am, coming up from behind it. I just got to grab.
yeah, because they'll be gone. Now, one of my favorite things about your music and stuff, not only do you connect your deer strangling hobby, you also have the chair portion is in there too, because you play like kind of a drum set made out of folding chairs.
Yeah, that's my drum set. The hi-hat is the metal poles on the side.
Yep.
We got a snare. I put a pillow on the toms.
Yep.
And I kick one as the bass.
Yeah. And it sounds surprisingly
rhythmic.
Yeah.
You see people drumming on the street on buckets. Well, I take chairs out there and I get
exactly.
That's incredible. No, listen, make do with what you got is what I've always said. So I applaud that type of creativity. I've never had that kind of creative bone in my body. I do drum, but
are you thinking about touring now?
Oh yeah, I'm already setting up tours in certain cities.
Wow,
piggybacking off the success of the chair business.
Oh yeah,
you're going to try
Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Dothan, Alabama, Theodores Point, Alabama. I'm going all over the place.
You can really saturate the Alabama market.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Statewide tour. Hit every town on the way.
Oh yeah.
You gonna get a bus?
Grand Bay, Alabama. I already got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because
I sell my chairs out of a repurposed school bus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw you.
I forgot about that.
I saw you post from an auction a few months ago. I wasn't sure, like one of those auctions where like the city will sort of auction off city property. So you got a school bus from that auction.
A school bus that went over a bridge.
So when you say repurpose, you kind of mean
cleaned out.
You had to kind of redo the whole the driving. It probably wasn't driving too good when you got it either.
No, I got it all. I got that pressure wash. Got all the algae out of that engine.
I mean, hey, that again, another skill. I mean, you're full of skills, man. It seems like you can do whatever you put your mind to.
You know, down in Alabama, we got to be industrious. We got to be finding ways to do anything and everything we can to feed our families.
Oh, and ain't that the truth? And now you say feed your family, but you are notably very single.
Oh yeah. Never been in a relationship. Still a virgin.
Right. Yeah, as far as I know, you also have no relationship with your mother or you have a brother. I do know you have a brother. I met your brother when we were kids, but you no longer have a relationship with your brother either.
We are currently not on speaking terms. Me and my family.
So when it comes to supporting your family, what you really are doing is just supporting yourself.
Yeah, I bet you they come calling now. Now I'm famous.
Because you and your brother, y'all had a falling out because when you started the chair business, he also started a chair business, but his chairs were just like slightly different.
Yeah, he did metal folding chairs.
Right. A more what you would call like I'll say it. That's a more cliche implement, if you ask me. Everybody knows it.
People don't know this. I actually 3D print all my chairs.
No kidding.
Yep. Wow.
I turned the whole lawnmower into a 3D printer.
Okay.
It's a long process, but it runs on gas. Pretty loud. Gets pretty smoky.
I gotta come over. Next time in Alabama, I want to come over. I want to see that process because I don't know that I can connect A and B there. But if I see it with my own two eyes,
everyone is welcome. Please come stay by the house.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. What's been going on like since obviously you got your life's kind of popping off, you know, since everything happened. Yeah, you're famous. What like aside from the tour and aside from the chair business, what do you have on the agenda for the near future? You know, what does Johnny Ducksworth want to do now with this 740 followers and a little bit of notoriety?
You know, besides the tour and the chair business, don't smoke a few more of these deer. And
how many deer do you have, by the way?
Right now, I got about 5 sitting over here.
Okay, good. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
A couple of them have gone bad.
Hey, that'll happen when you kill as many deer as you do.
Yeah. I invasive species. I didn't have the proper freezer. I think I'm gonna turn my whole garage. Now I got the money. I think I'm gonna turn my whole garage into a freezer room.
Oh, just big meat locker?
Yeah.
Now that sounds great. That sounds like something I would like. Just keep all the different meats that I could ever want in there. Go in there and kind of treat it like a grocery store where I could just kind of go in and peruse and see what I'm feeling. That sounds incredible.
Don't forget to get a generator because my dad had a whole bunch of deer meat recently and the power went out. Whole freezer going bad.
Talk about a smell.
Real bad. Real bad. He used to make deer sausage.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Little ketchup.
Oh, yum. Now, Johnny, you know, we don't want to keep you too long, so we'll let you get out of here soon. But now that this has all happened and the docks down there in Montgomery are becoming like a tourist stop. It's probably a place where people want to go now. Are you noticing like the sort of surrounding areas changing now that people are the laser focus on Montgomery?
Business is booming. Taylor Swift's coming down.
Oh, wow. She is?
To the docks.
Oh, it's not the Taylor Swift you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Tailer Swift.
Oh, the guy who does speed suits.
Yes.
Oh, I saw him on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He puts together speed suits.
Yeah,
He puts together suits real fast.
Yeah. Oh man.
Speed suits.
You may have seen him on TikTok. He always
You ever
calls
seen
out
this?
his client's race.
Oh yeah.
What is his speed suit?
Oh wait, okay. I may be conflating two different guys because I have seen there is a tailor on TikTok who talks absolute shit about everybody he makes a suit for, and it is the funniest thing ever. It's really the funniest thing. Is that the same guy? That's Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's Taylor Swift.
Yeah. He
makes suits where he goes Chinese American boy, tight ass, abs. He would take every girl in the building from me. Chinese American boy. He smacks him on the ass a bunch of times.
Yeah,
and then he just builds him a suit real fast.
Yeah, and there I saw another one. I saw another video of this Taylor where he called a man a little rat man, who was a tiny little guy who looked like a little like elf from Lord of the Rings. He called him a tiny little rat man. It was something. Man, who knew tailoring was going to become the next big path to success and fame? I sure didn't. Man. Well, geez, Johnny, it was really great chatting with you, man. Like we're honestly so happy to catch up, and it was great to get your perspective on these events. Obviously, you got way more going on than we even thought when we brought you on the show. So we're glad we could get you on here so you could plug the tour. And again, which cities you said? You said you're going to
Huntsville, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama,
Okay. Yep.
Birmingham, Alabama, Dothan, Alabama, Theodore, Alabama, Grand Bay, Alabama,
something Point. You said there was one
Point, Alabama.
Yeah, right. I just want to make sure we hit them all because
if you want to, sponsor the show of Duck Quack foldable plastic chairs, we'll put any commercial.
Oh yeah, we're always looking. We're always looking for ads on the show. So if you ever want to just like send us a script
audience,
or anything,
which is like a big podcast listening audience, the best way to listen to a podcast is in a Duckworth foldable plastic chair.
There you go.
There you go. That's the copy. It's the cleanest copy you've ever heard, folks.
Yeah, and I'll give you a little taste of my album too.
Oh, great.
Oh, little backing track.
Johnny used to work on the docks, but now he's selling chairs and he's choking deers. It's tough.
Wow.
So tough. And I'm talking about the deer meat when I say it's tough. Deer meat is notoriously
Deer meat
tough.
is tough. It really is tough.
I wish we had got a taste of this 20 minutes ago so we could have heard a few more songs, but man, that's a great little taste. Maybe we'll have you back next time after your album drops.
I saved it for the ends because you got it by the album.
I love that. We'll have you on when the album comes out and we can hear a few more of the songs. Oh man, but Johnny, thank you so much for being here today, man. We really appreciate it. It's always great to catch up. Great to see you.
Thank you, fellas. Come on down to the house.
Oh, we will, and make sure if that wound doesn't get better, make sure you go talk to a professional. I want to make sure that you don't get some kind of infection or something like that. I'm sort of seeing the lines of rot. It seems
smoke coming out.
Yeah.
I'll put some more vodka on. That means it's time for a vodka bath.
All right. Well, Johnny, man, it was great to chat with you, man, and we'll catch up with you sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, folks. Well, I hope the wounds healed on Johnny. Of course, we have forgotten about the fact that he was wounded. Unexpectedly. But Johnny is doing fantastic. We're of course close friends with Johnny, so we keep tabs on him pretty well.
He's great in the text chain.
He's doing he sends the best stuff in text chains, folks. The best stuff. And as far as we know, his chair business is popping off.
I mean, popping. This show does things for people. Yeah,
it does. As we've said, he did the State of the Union. Did all the chairs for the State of the Union.
Did all of those.
He also has done chairs for a couple.
He did when they made the king in England.
Coronation.
He did the coronation. He did
international.
It's like 100,000 chairs or something he shipped over there.
Yeah, and the big news, I think we can announce it here on the on the show to you folks, is that Johnny Ray's chair business is the exclusive chair provider for WrestleMania XL in Philadelphia.
That's a bunch of chairs, y'all. If y'all ever been to a WrestleMania,
they fill a football field with chairs.
Yeah. Wow.
So he is doing great. And again,
he's killing it.
I'm so happy for him and so happy for his business. You know, you'd think I would stop drinking carbonated beverages. I would stop
That's a
doing
burp segment.
I burp. Nobody count.
Yeah.
Please don't count.
Hey, to anyone on our Patreon, if you want to have fun and just start collecting all the burps, do it. We'll have a burp channel.
Yeah, if somebody wants to make a compilation of all my burps, I guess.
Just share time
I can't
codes.
Stop it. Yeah, but folks, we got one more for this episode. We're breaking this up into 2 episodes because it feels like the right move to sort of give you all a breather. Our next, the top 5 will be coming at you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't got to wait long, folks. But we are so incredibly excited for the number 6 on the list, folks, who we knew in the moment when we landed this guest. We knew in the moment that this was going to be huge. This was probably going to be the moment that the show really popped off.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it really started hitting. I mean, we really do some of the biggest stories in the world, but this was our first big get.
Yeah,
for the story that was going around at the time.
Yeah, big viral story, a tragic story. We can't bury the lead.
It's good. Label it viral.
It's a tragic story. You all are, I'm sure, remember when the Titan submersible was lost on its expedition to the Titanic, and ultimately we did find out that it did implode, and all of those inside were lost. Which of course is very sad. But in the immediate aftermath, we were able to secure an interview with someone very close to the situation. In fact, one of the stepsons of one of the billionaires that was on that submersible. And at number 6, our number 6 best segment of the first year of the show is a person who looks and sounds a lot like Jacob Wysocki. And that, of course, is the son of one of the Titan submersible billionaires, Mr. Brian Says. Says. I don't know.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Brian.
It's a pleasure to be here. I just kind of want to get something up off top.
Okay.
I'm just a little under the weather. That's why I sound like this. It's not because my nasal cavities have collapsed from drugs and partying. It's just that I'm a little sick. I'm a little under the weather.
Okay, because that's cool. It. So this has been going on. You've been a little sick for a while because you posted a couple videos online recently and sounded pretty similar to this.
Yeah, there's been a lot of hot takes and sort of just general thoughts, and it's just I'm sick. Just a little under the weather. I'm just not feeling too good right now. There's not any sort of medical blockage or speech impediment. It's just, I'm just a little sick. I could do some soup. A little under the weather.
Did you order some soup? I hope you got some soup on the way, Brian.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty much blacked out right now. As far as a technological standpoint, I'm not really able to access most of my apps on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I have very limited app access right now.
Is that for any reason? Are you sort of trying to step back? Obviously, I'm sure you're grieving in this moment.
The feds do have my phone right now. The feds do have my phone.
The feds have your phone.
The feds have your phone.
Yeah, it's a bit of a legal issue that I'm just sort of wrapping up. Pretty casual. It's a very simple, casual sort of situation for me.
A casual, simple situation that required the feds to confiscate your
Just
phone?
a simple thing where I don't have a passport right now. Just sort of a simple set of circumstances.
Yeah. You know,
where-
Brian, I was going to ask about this specifically because it was all over the internet when you posted a video a few days ago. You kind of just like casually dropped in a video justifying your actions.
Oh, that uploaded?
It did go up.
That eventually uploaded. That's good to know.
It did go up, and you did mention you had a little bit of a legal situation that was preventing you from going out.
I wasn't sure if that had uploaded.
It did upload.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah, it uploaded.
I can't watch anything I've been posting because I don't have access to many of my apps.
Oh, wait, so you posted that, and then I'm assuming immediately after you hit send, the feds swooped in and took your phone. So you just kind of gave the feds your phone as it was uploading, and
I really didn't have a choice.
Right, of course
I didn't
not.
have a choice. No.
Right.
Can you get into it at all? Can you give us any kind of clues?
Legal
as to-
situation that I'm in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could touch on it briefly.
Okay.
It is sort of not specific terms, but if I had to tell you exactly what it is, I stole the layout for a putt-putt course.
Wow, that was like being developed.
Yeah, well, it's already across several. It's already played. It's already been played on.
Oh, so there's a course that exists out there that you went and stole the schematics for the putt-putt course?
Yes.
And
Like a bank robbery kind of thing where you just like steal how the building's laid out. You just got the putt-putt schematics.
Well, I'm currently arguing that I just had the same idea.
Oh,
but
That's what I'm currently arguing, is that it just happened to be the same idea.
Parallel thinking. That, of course, happens all the time. You know, I've been accused of stealing many things.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people
Nice.
say that my theme song is a ripoff of a Godsmack song. But Buddy and I both know that it is not a ripoff of Godsmack. It is a ripoff of Buddy's old Godsmack cover band called Godsmack. So it's
that
very...
played specifically Godsmack songs.
Yeah, it's confusing.
That seems different enough for me.
Exactly.
Thanks.
It does, yeah.
So, I mean, you're the son of a billionaire or a stepson.
Sorry.
Stepson. Right. You're the stepson of a billionaire. So you obviously have access, I'm sure, to funds.
Where is the body? Where is the body?
Now I hate to bring it up, but when you just sounded like you were snifflies from your cold, your head dipped out of frame and went almost like typewriter right to left across the entire bit of the frame. What was going on there?
I'm blowing my nose in tissue.
Okay, just a real long tissue that's about table height.
I believe that is it.
Okay.
It also sounded like you were inhaling through your nose, though. So
yeah,
I don't know if I've ever seen somebody blow their nose by inhaling.
Oh well, it's just so much mucus. It's just so much. I'm trying my best, guys. Come on. I mean, you've never been stuffed up before?
Well, absolutely. I get stuffed up all the time. I'm allergic to all sorts of things. So
you've had to blow your nose in a pair of underwear or something?
Yeah, I mean, one time when I was like asleep, I did like a sock
something?
once. Yeah, because it
I've
was
done
like
a
middle of
sock.
the night. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference between a sock and an underwear, really?
Really, I mean, nothing, I guess. It's just a piece of cloth that you cover your body with.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah, so and sometimes it looks a little different, right?
Yeah.
So you can fucking back off, brother.
My bad, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. We know you're in a prickly emotional place right now. So we don't mean to be coming down on you. We're honestly here to support you. We want to let you know that we've all experienced tragedy in our lives. I, of course, am the victim of a divorce, and in a lot of ways, I don't know if I should phrase it this way, but you are also the victim of a divorce. So because you're his stepson.
I suppose it's a bit of a divine divorce.
Well, I was more speaking specifically about the fact that this was your stepfather. So we maybe you've experienced divorce, so maybe we have common ground there. What exactly was your relationship like with your stepfather?
I met him about 7 times.
Oh,
Okay, so that makes it make more sense to me that you.
I met him several times up into 7.
You met him several times as like up till 7, like maybe it was 7.
Like up until 7.
okay.
And not more if that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that kind of makes sense because everybody was giving you shit because when they were looking for the Titan, you was at that Blink-182 concert.
Dude, everybody in my shoes would have done the same exact thing. Sometimes you just need to fucking rock out.
That's true. I agree with you. Yeah. Did you have a good time at the show? I mean,
I listened to some of my favorite songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got to, and I wasn't too into it.
That's good. Yeah, you kept
okay.
it.
I want to make
chill.
that explicitly clear. I was not railed out. I did not get dome in a porter potty.
porter potty.
I did not get double dome in a porter potty.
Double dome?
Double dome.
Dobe.
Dome.
Dobe.
D-O-M-E.
Dome. Dome.
Okay.
Like
Sorry.
the Pauly Shore movie, Biodome.
Oh, okay.
Biodope, yeah.
And now, see, maybe I'm not hip to the lingo, but if I'm to understand correctly, dome is
Brain. It's like brain.
braid.
Okay. So
Yeah.
brain, candy. we got-
Candy neck.
Candy neck. Are these
No brain, candy neck.
okay? So just like getting fucked up, or is it a specific kind of fucked up?
Oh my God. You gonna make me say it?
We're gonna need you to say it. Look, we're not hip to the lingo.
You don't know what dome is, dude? Brain. Candy neck.
Candy neck.
Oh my God. What are you, virgins? You guys are a bunch of virgins?
Oh, it's a sex thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I thought it was like.
Dome, dude. Getting sucked on.
Okay.
I can't believe I had to say it.
Domed. Got it. I thought it was
Oh.
like something going up into your brain, like
Yeah.
maybe a drug or something. But you're talking about you was getting mad head in a porter potty.
No, I wasn't, though.
I'm sorry.
But I wasn't.
Okay, you weren't though.
Real
Definitely
quick,
weren't,
I don't mean to put the brakes on, but candy neck.
Yeah. Still trying to figure that one out.
Brian, you just dipped your face out of camera again, and we heard you snort big time, buddy.
What?
And you just made like a big eyes and kind of like clicking sounds.
Yeah, you're really sweating now. You are pouring sweat. Your camera. Can you wipe your camera off for us?
If I tried, I'll smudge it.
Because your sweat is just shooting off of you right now.
Hey, I gotta drink some water.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we do. I think you should.
Wow, really guzzling it. Gee, it's almost like his mouth might be a little numb
Yeah,
from the way. It's just all right.
yeah. You kind of drank that water like the lower half of your face is numb. But look, we won't.
Wow. Just guzzling it. Massive ball of water.
Yeah. Well, look, Brian. Like a lot of we kind of wanted you to get a chance to come on because I think you were sort of the victim of the internet dog pile that tends to happen when someone online acts in a way that the broader internet universe deems to be inappropriate.
You know,
And we
there's
kinda
always
just-
got to be somebody needs to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot of people would say this story didn't need another bad guy because the CEO of Ocean Gate has sort of been dragged across the coals as a pretty terrible guy who did some terrible stuff.
I think it's one of those things, you know, like there's enough news. Sometimes I'm sort of just, I guess I'm generally baffled by the sensation that somebody said, this isn't enough.
Right, and that
There's not enough here.
and you became the center of attention because you got into a little beef with Cardi B.
Yeah, whoa.
Studying gonna be started.
Right.
So just to catch people up, there's an OnlyFans model, and she was on Twitter. And while they were looking for your family, you posted a comment under her photo, a very provocative photo that said, "Please keep my family in your prayers."
I'd see that's like sort of where I think the disconnect stops for me, because what's so wrong with that, right? She's got a big outreach.
Yeah.
She has a
And you needed
giant fan
prayers.
base.
You needed,
Yes.
you were trying to just get prayers.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with you trying to sort of put the bait down and in hopes of getting some attention from this OnlyFans model or anything like that. You simply
Did you get any? Like, did she send you? Did she respond to you or anything? Okay.
But a lot of people saw that, one person including Cardi B, and sort of called you out as like basically saying, everybody in the world is sitting at home worried about your stepdad, and you're out there being a little weirdo on the internet.
Yeah, let me quote her. "This man's son is online shaking dicks for girls off OnlyFans and going to Blink-182 concerts.
Okay.
You was looking for clout all along. Nobody knew who you were until you said that was your stepdad."
I would argue that
End
in
quote.
a sense, thank you for the quote ending. That is helpful.
I didn't want you to think I was still quoting Cardi B.
That
if I
is
went on.
helpful.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I was just kind of, and I hate to put it in these terms, doing my thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just doing what I would normally do.
Right.
And then everybody said that it's cloud chasing and that it's performative or that it's performance art. And some people may have found out that I did attend Cal Arts in California, Santa Clarita for a semester. But that ultimately doesn't have anything to do with that. It is pretty disconnected, and it was a mistake that I ever went there.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually hadn't dug it deep enough into your backstory to find out that that's what happened, that you went to an art school. But it makes sense now. And can I be honest with you, Brian? When I first heard all of this, when I heard about you posting that you were going to the Blink-182 concert that night, that your dad was down there, your stepdad was down there. Sorry, I didn't mean to say dad. I immediately thought this was just this was a joke. This was somebody online who was capitalizing on the moment. I did.
Listen, brother, I wish
honest.
I was Pete Davidson right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wish I was Alex Moffat in a wig. But this is a real me. I'm a real person.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It took me a second to realize the point that you were making right there, which is that you wish that you were a person playing a character, but you weren't actually the person who was experiencing what you were experiencing.
Yes, I'm not a man in a wig behind the desk. I'm not a 30 Rock.
No, you're not.
I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And speaking of your thing, Brian, I mean, obviously this is a terrible experience. I'm sure you're going through the sort of stages of grief or whatever, and like sort of trying to move through it. Do you have any plans for your future that obviously this can't be something that you hang your hat on, or it shouldn't be. Hopefully there's something in your future that you're looking forward to, or what's Brian's plan going forward?
I kind of want to see Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Okay.
That's a good step.
That seems like a pretty easy thing that you can probably accomplish.
Yeah, I feel
pretty
like I had
simply.
some of those toys as a kid, and it'd be cool to see them on the big screen.
Okay,
right.
That's nice.
Yes, I guess I was thinking a little bit more big picture. You know, like, do you have aspirations to?
I got tickets to see Hoopastank.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Again, a lot of short-term goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see them. They're playing at the Palladium.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, though, me and Buddy started this podcast because we wanted to build our sort of brand online and become.
Okay.
Empire, some would say.
Yeah, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Media
Buddy?
empire?
Yeah, we wanted to start a bit of a media empire. The Brett and Buddy, the podcast, the television station, the
newspaper, maybe
the newspaper, maybe if all else fails. Like, so like what when you sort of wake up in the morning, what is the thing that drives you, that gets you motivated, that gets you out there really wanting to sort of use your skills? You know, what do you have a passion that could be something bigger?
Well, I used to want to make small golf courses for people.
Putt.
Yeah, and then
Call them small golf courses.
Yeah, well, they're small golf courses.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty inarguable that I mean, if you were to say that it was anything else, you'd be wrong.
Yeah,
it is a small golf course.
True.
Yeah,
that is
it's
true.
a small golf course.
You're right.
And I'm sort of recovering from the loss of that, and my other side project is not really taking off in a way that it did, and maybe it's just that I built the website incorrectly. But I have been redubbing old Cartoon Network cartoons with my own voices.
Okay.
Oh.
So like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and
what's your Courage voice?
Hey, I'm Courage the Dog.
Okay. Wow. You got range.
I actually, you sent the link to your website before, and you sent some clips, and I saw some of the clips of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, a show that classically has some pretty out there voices. And I don't mean to give you notes, but it kind of just feels like you're saying the script in your regular voice.
What are you talking about? Listen, my Meatwad impression is impeccable. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm Meatwad.
Okay.
It's me. I'm the neighbor Carl. Get out of here.
Wow, I do. Okay, so you dipped out of frame there again.
Say bless you.
God bless you.
God
Thank
bless you.
Thank you. So that's not doing too good.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just sort of like I feel like I can't say that like I want to see a ton of breasts. For that, I feel like I can't say that.
Well, you can, but I'll say it's not going to win you any favors online.
Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of just say I have tickets to baseball.
Was that how you pay? Is that why your website didn't work? Because instead of payment, you were looking for just pictures of breasts?
I'm not allowed to legally speak on that.
Okay, so this might have something to do with. Okay. Okay, that might be why they took your phone. We won't
Yeah, well,
because it's like a dead end.
Yeah. Well, just to answer the question definitively for the audience, when I went to submit payment, it just said attach photo here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, listen, Brian, I think, honestly, if I'm telling you the whole truth about my opinion, I do think that some of the backlash towards your behavior in the last few weeks is justified. I think I think that that it is a very somber moment and something that very bad happened to you.
Yes.
And it does feel a little icky to like see you online going full entourage, you know, if you know what I mean. It seems like you're trying to rub elbows and trying to become this figure riding off the death of your stepfather.
So you think I'm just supposed to just cry behind the closed door? I'm just supposed to comfort my mother?
Well, that one, yeah.
Yeah, you probably should do that, at least.
Okay.
Do you have a relationship with your mother?
We're hot. We're thick as thieves.
Okay.
How many times have you met her?
Huh?
How many times have you met your mother?
My mother and I, we hang out at least 6 times a year.
Okay. Wow.
And I'm 37, so you know you can
It's
kind
not
of
bad.
do that. It's like 60 times.
Upwards
So
of
average
60?
of 6.
Yeah.
Average of 6 per year. Even when you were a baby.
Up until, but not over till the mark of maybe 50.
Okay.
And therefore it stops.
Okay. So, wow.
Yeah. But she's a close, beautiful woman. She's a very beautiful woman. Everybody lets me know that she's a beautiful woman. Most often the word her and beautiful are next to each other.
That's you know, I guess that's okay. I guess I don't necessarily think that's notable.
I guess I'm just sort of like thinking about it now, and like maybe I did ruffle a couple feathers.
Yeah.
And maybe I could have just, I don't know. I guess just I could have just not posted online.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have done it without posting, I guess. I think the posting
Like, because I could have just gone and like I could have rocked the fuck out, and then just like if somebody said that, I could be like, "Oh, it wasn't me."
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone to Blink-182 and got your candy neck and then headed home. You didn't have to post about it. Although I did see that Travis Barker did DM you, so I guess
that was pretty cool. He gave me his phone number, and it was fake. But
that last, you just sniffed a little bit. That last sniff was very small, but your head dipped out, and now it looks like your whole face is covered in powdered sugar.
My mistake.
Okay.
That's my mistake.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll keep it a little less this time. Yeah.
I do have a question. Do you like your stepdad is a billionaire, right? Does this mean that you might?
Where in the money? Where in the money?
I don't know if you need to sing it.
Yeah, you know, this is actually a good teachable moment, Brian, because I think when we bring up that your stepfather was a billionaire and you start singing "We're in the Money," it makes you come off extremely unlikable.
What if I'm just doing my thing though?
Yeah.
Well, because I guess that's where it's tough, right? Because I feel like I'm just doing my thing.
Right.
And now I'm kind of learning that like my baseline thing is honestly it ain't no thing, and it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a hard baseline reset.
Yeah, it's hard to change.
But I hear you guys.
That's good.
I hear that you think that I'm bad.
No. Look, Brian, I'm not shaming you because, as I've said, I think everybody deals with grief in different ways. So I'm not shaming you for acting the way that you have. Did you fall asleep?
Hold on.
Right.
Oh, he's back.
Sorry. I thought I was. I started thinking about if I was bad, and I had my brain shut off.
No, I don't mean to make you feel bad. I just think it's an opportunity for you to make some changes. You know, I mean, use this as an opportunity to kind of look yourself in the mirror.
Maybe I could go back to school.
Hey,
okay,
that's a great idea.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about going back to school as well because I feel like I never went to college, and I barely finished high school, and I think that would give me some purpose. And it would make me feel better about myself to go back to college. What are you interested in studying?
What's Cal Arts?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess like I'm still. Bless your heart, bless you, God bless you, Father God.
Father God.
I guess. I mean, I'm still on file there. So I guess that's like probably the easiest point of entry is just because I'm on file. Yeah. But I honestly, the curriculum was odd and and pretty abnormal. Okay. In a way that I feel like I might have a hard time calling it an educational facility.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Or like an institution.
It was odd in that it was difficult for you, or what do you mean odd? Was it
for my first semester, one of my classes was just that I had to become a businessman.
Yeah. Okay.
And I lived the life of a businessman who lived abroad.
Okay. Was this a performance art class, or were you?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was acting 206.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is a bit odd, Brian, actually, now that I hear it out loud.
Yeah, and so, and I got really deep into my work, and it was a pretty tumultuous business environment, you know what I mean? And I sort of developed a pretty bad addiction behavior because of the long hours.
Oh, so now the dots are being connected. I see what you mean. Yeah, businessmen are known to, okay. Really slurping down a lot of water. Be careful, Brian. Don't choke. You okay?
What were we almost discovering?
It wasn't important. It wasn't important, Brian.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, man, I really feel for you, man. I
do too.
I think it's pretty obvious to everyone who sees you from the outside that you're going through it and you're dealing with it in the only way that you can. You are doing your thing, as you say.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm trying to be headstrong.
Hey, that's a good way to be. That's a good way to be.
on anyone.
I knew you were going to sing that song. I almost sang it. I almost sang it when you said headstrong.
Found a reason to live. Yeah, man.
Man,
Thank you for this. Honestly, I feel like I could maybe look in a mirror.
Yeah, here's my mission for you. This is my mission for you.
A clean mirror.
Yeah, let's be honest, you've been looking in a mirror every 5 or 6 minutes for this whole interview. So we
Okay.
know. Okay, Brian, we're not going to say it out loud, but
We know you're not
know. We'll say.
sneezing into your underwear.
Yeah, you're not going to make us say it out loud,
Father
but we know
God.
exactly what's going on. No, I think you gotta use this as a jumping off point to get to somewhere better for yourself, Brian. Because I think a lot of people saw this experience and saw the way you handled it and didn't and maybe just couldn't really understand it. And I hope that you take this opportunity to better yourself in some way, whatever that means for you. Whether it's just going to see baseball or
Transformers,
or
Making
going
little golf courses.
Yeah, building miniature golf courses or seeing Hoobastank live. All of those things sound great. And who are we to judge when none of us are in the shoes that you've been in for the past 2 weeks? That's all I'll say.
Cool.
Well, Brian, it is cool. All right?
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, give me guys a call if you did any cocaine or ketamine or anything like that.
Yeah, there it was.
Okay, we'll absolutely keep you on the speed dial, Brian, and just maybe unplug and use this opportunity while the feds have your phone to spend some time not on the internet. How about that?
Cool.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Brian, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate and really had a good time letting you clear the air here. Which I don't know if the air is any clearer now than it was before, but at least people have heard your side a little bit. So, Brian, don't do another big rail, dude.
He just knocked his camera and he's in a little tiny, like one of those little tiny baby pools, and the whole thing is powder.
Well, folks, don't do drugs.
But do get double dobed.
Yes, if you can manage to get double dobe without doing cocaine, I think you are in business.
Yeah.
So shout
That's
out
the
to
dream.
Brian. Brian is doing great. We just heard
Fantastic.
from Brian. We checked in with him this week. He is doing great. He actually inherited a bunch of money from his stepfather, and he purchased the rights to the band Blink-182. So
Yeah, they're his now.
every dime that they make, he gets. So it's pretty great for him. As you all know, he if you follow him on Instagram, he loves pop punk music.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's getting tons of dobe
Tons
at
of dope.
pop punk shows.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's it. He just tours with them.
He just
'cause they're
tours.
his.
Yeah, he's doing great. But folks, that is number 10 through 6, buddy.
What a bunch of gets.
I gotta tell you, it's crazy when we sit here and we run down the first 5, and it's like, I mean, that ain't even the top 5. That's 5 of the top 5. The first 5 of the top 10.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine? Like
Can you
who's
even imagine?
left? Who's even left?
I don't know.
I don't. I honestly, I haven't checked.
Could be upwards of 40 people.
Yeah, there might be 40 people in the top.
You don't know.
We never know. But folks, like we said, a lot of these guests are no longer available on the free feed of this show. The episodes that they were featured on have been moved to Patreon exclusive episodes. So if you want to hear the full episode that these people guested on, you can go to patreon.com/Brett DeMott Show, spelled exactly the same way as it is in the name of the show that you're listening to.
It's pretty easy.
pretty easy. You'll also be able to see some video of all these guests, which I believe for all of them here will be the first time the full video of their guest segment. No, Barney Barbecue was free on YouTube, but everybody else, it'll be the first time you got to check out their video. So head over to the Patreon, shoot $5 our way, and you'll get not only all these episodes, but you will get a ton of other great stuff. And Buddy and I are both super active in the Discord. So if you would like to ask us questions, hang out. Fine, I'm burping on every single line there. I burped on every single line. I think I've got a problem. If there's any gastroenterologists out there, diagnose me.
Well,
no, don't. Actually, I don't want to know what's wrong.
I mean, we all just stop guzzling Diet Coke in between.
Yeah, you're right. But folks, stay tuned because tomorrow we're going to hit the top 5. And I'll tell you this, you will not, I don't think you'll be able to contain your excitement when you see the top 5 because we crush. The show crushes, folks. Every single episode of this show fucking crushes. And if you're not listening to it every week, you suck.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. It's fine if you check in every now and then. But this was great. I'm so excited for tomorrow. We get to find out what the number 1 guest segment in the history of the first year of the show is. And I hope you'll all be here. And I hope you'll also stick around for Friday for a bonus headline this week, which is really exciting, which is also exclusive to Patreon. Again, it's patreon.com/Brett DeMott Show. You can also follow us on all the social medias at that same handle, at Brett DeMott Show. Send us any new fun articles you find online. You can also join the Discord and you can submit them there. There's a Patreon exclusive submission channel. But we appreciate everybody's devoted listenership for the last 52 fucking weeks. That's absolutely absurd. We never imagined that the show would be anything. We just did it for fun at first, and now we're doing it because people like it. And we like it also. I don't mean
we
to make
like it.
It's the only thing either one of us likes in our life.
That's all we have.
Yeah. But folks, tune in tomorrow for the top 5. And thank you so much for listening to this show. We will see you tomorrow. And until then, have a good one.